Blum, 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 blum. Good morning, everybody. Y'all see it in the heading up there. Y'all see where we headed. Can you hear me loud and clear? It's your boy Bugatti NYC. I don't know what's going on with them with their timing, but we always come in 2 minutes before 6. I don't know what's going on with them, but we on point. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. I hope everybody's having a fantastic morning. And guess what? If you guys are here and you hear me, that means that you pulled up on our bottom line. #1 show on YouTube, you guys. Let's get it going. How's everybody doing in the building this morning? We got everybody in here. I see you guys have been active before we even started. Thank you so much, Miss Swanza. I appreciate you for checking in for our sound check this morning. I really need that to make sure that we're sounding good over here. Okay, let me go ahead and see if I can do something about this screen over here where we're not all up in, all up in your boy face and all that. Yeah, now let's see what we can do about this monitor over here because we got lots of stuff to get into this morning. Trending topics, current events, and much, much more, you guys. And let me see if I want to leave it like that this morning. Yeah, I might not just want to do all of that squeeze in stuff, just a little bit. We got to get those prayers in the air, though. I know that. We got to get everybody in here because we can't get the day right or started without those prayers. Got to get those prayers in there correctly. So yeah, y'all do us that favor and make sure you guys come on in for that. That's right. What time we got on the phone? Yeah, we good over here now. So I'm ready to go with these prayers. And we got definitely enough people in here. Let's go, you guys, and thank you for another day to be together. I want to pray for every single person in here. I want to pray for health, wellness. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for love. I'd like to pray for good. I would also like to pray for your animals, your family members. I want to pray for all of those people out there suffering right now that having situations paying their bills. I want to pray for the hungry veterans and all of the people that served for us. I want to pray for everybody here, all of our family members and our elderly, also our animals. Amen. You guys, you know how we do it, how we do that. We got to get those prayers up for Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker. Can't forget about Jonathan. Also got to pray for Miss Swanza and the family as well. We always sending out our prayers to you as well. Mark Dorfman. We got Jeffrey Spilker in the building. Colessive. Got to give shouts out and prayers to liberty and justice. Can't forget about Rebecca Lanyen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We got Miss Keisha in the building, Queen Shay, Yvonne, Tony Wright, Colessive. I see you in there, Liberty. Mark Dorfman, Jonathan Burke, Bugatti NYC. Can't forget about me. Also, we got to talk about Sam Champion, Mark Dorfman, Jeffrey Spilker, Jonathan, Terry. Also, we got to go ahead and make sure that we get Winter Rising, Angels Among Us. Okay, also Luigi. Can't forget about 55 Coffee House, Lisa Roy. Got to make sure that she's in there as well. Oh, okay. Oh, can't forget about Terry. I said Terry already. Miss Keisha, Choo Choo, Luigi, Audrey. I see you in here as well. Jeffrey Spilker. And yes, that's how we're going to do it this morning for Tuesday. Amen. Let's go, you guys. Let's get it. Amen. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. I said it's time to start the show. I hope you're ready, yo, 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 yo. And we wind it up. Boom, 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 boom. Wind it up. Boom, 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 boom. We wind it up because it's 6 o'clock somewhere. I think it's 6 o'clock here. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, let's start the show. Ready to go? Come on. It's time to start the show. And don't mess up like YouTube did, trying to talk about 6:05. We know what time it is. Let's go. Another one? Okay. Do, do, do. Okay. Olay. And you know how we do it. We got to open up those pores. Uh, we got to open up those pores. Uh, Can you believe this? Open up those. Tuesday the 30th. That's right, y'all. 2026. Said I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. But we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that, where we be talking about this and that and chat and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Let's go, you guys. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Our Bottom Line. That's it. That's all, solo, single, no more, no less. Tomorrow will be the first. You guys, just like Liberty said, can you guys believe it's almost the 4th of July? Can you guys believe that? These months are going by. It was just January. That's what everybody always says. It was just January. Can you believe how these months are flying by? But yes, it's going by fast. I'm just glad we're able to actually experience these months and experience them together, especially since we just came out of a situation that we're not even going to talk about, especially with those words. But we will talk about the fact that we are the #1 channel on YouTube. We have the #1 co-host and the #1 family in YouTube. And we appreciate you guys so much for sticking in there with us, for going through the fight, for sending in your letters and letting them know to bring your channel and bring us back to where we're supposed to be at. That's right, you guys. I promised you. I told you once we got back what I was going to do. I was going to take that mic and snatch it back from whoever thought that they had it. And now we got it back. It's our turn, you guys. We get back in the front of where we're supposed to be, the 6 o'clock hour that belongs to us. That's right, our bottom line. It's time to get into it, you guys. I'm not even going to play around. You know what I'm really going to say right now, right? What you guys love to hear. I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. All I'm going to ask you guys to do is stay on topic, stay on point. Let me know where you're chiming in from. I love to see those flags and you guys waving them, letting me see where you guys are from. Because you know what that gets me to do? I start going to look in those places to see if we can find content. Australia, Germany, doesn't even matter. We go all over the world, wherever YouTube stretches us. And you know, it's our responsibility right now to make sure that we cover every single category to the best ability that we can. And that's what we're going to do. So yes, trending topics, current events, and much, much more. Do us a favor. Let's stay on topic. This will give us a really good flow, and everybody will have a really good session if you stay on topic and stay on point. Not only that, but also, again, let me know where you're chiming in from. Let me see those flags. I know it's the last day in the month, but I'm going to ask you again. How much is a gallon of milk where you live at? Let's see. Let's see, gallon of milk, and then you tell us what city or state or country you live in. We're trying to get those prices in. We understand the gas prices fluctuate, but we want to know about those food prices. That's why we're staying on topic, and I think that a gallon of milk will be a good key point. So no matter where we're at, we can gauge if the prices are being gouged. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Double tap that screen, because guess what we got to do right now? Get your water, your tea, and your 55 coffee, and from Lisa Roy, and do your thing, because it's time to get into it, you guys. It's time to get into our topics this morning to see what we got. And as we have been following up on Fauci and the 19 situation, certain things that we can speak about, certain things that we can't. But we would like to wrap up, because this is the last part of that interview, as well as a lot of people here may have not heard about what was going on when it comes down to the possibilities of state charges going against Dr. Fauci. That's right, you guys. And they're looking in the possibilities of the pardon being made by auto pen. What do you guys think about that? Let's keep on moving forward. It's time to get it, you guys. It's time. It's Tuesday. Let's do what we do. Let's get that audio up. Go ahead and get into this. Come on in.
About Anthony Fauci's role in COVID-19. And what we now know beyond a reasonable doubt is that Anthony Fauci did indeed fund gain of function research. We have the evidence that the experiments were gaining in function. The viruses were becoming more lethal, more attachable to human cells, and more infectious. We do know that this was going on. It was funded by the NIH, specifically under the tutelage of Anthony Fauci. Anthony Fauci was able to coerce, cajole, persuade, and dangle money to get people in the intelligence community to change their vote. So a scientific commission within the CIA voted 6-1 to say it came from the lab. He somehow was able to get that change. We have evidence of that happening. The virologists that he handpicked that were big recipients of federal dollars, all of them initially were saying it looks like it was manipulated. That we now have evidence that in January of 2020, that he was already acknowledging that the virus did not come from the wet market.
Kentucky Senator Rand Paul telling Maria on Sunday about new evidence showing that Dr. Anthony Fauci funded the gain-of-function research, which jump-started the COVID-19 pandemic. 2021, Dr. Fauci testified that the National Institutes of Health did not fund that research, despite the NIH providing a grant to EcoHealth Alliance to research coronaviruses in Wuhan. New files released by former DNI Tulsi Gabbard show officials shielded Fauci from a whistleblower complaint filed under the Biden administration, alleging he lied to Congress about the research. Instead, Fauci met with the intelligence community, including the CIA, to shape a public narrative that coronavirus originated in a Wuhan wet market instead of that lab leak theory. That's something Maria questioned throughout 2020 and beyond. Former President Joe Biden would later issue a preemptive pardon for Fauci just hours before he left office. Under Reagan Gates Institute senior fellow Gordon Chang. Gordon, so let's talk about China's role in this virus and go back to 2020.
Good morning, Cheryl. We know from two published scientific papers from 2016 to 2017 by researchers at the Wuhan Institute of Virology clearly describing gain of function research, and they both publicly acknowledged funding from Fauci's National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases. It's clear. Fauci decided that he was going to evade President Obama's 2014 moratorium on the funding of gain of function by funneling money through EcoHealth Alliance, that New York-based NGO, to the Wuhan Institute. So the evidence is there. And the question is, we know that he committed perjury twice in 2021 in response to questions from Senator Rand Paul. This is just as clear as day. And how the
Now we see what the pardons are possibly about, right? That's crazy. Didn't even think about that. And it got to be some point where, man, a pardon, you got to really look into it, especially when it comes to the crime. Like, does that pardon really hold tight when it comes down to certain crimes that specific people did?
United States is
done?
not holding China accountable for 1.2 million American deaths from COVID. To me, is just astounding. It is incomprehensible.
Well,
$5 for a gallon of milk in Pittsburgh.
let's talk about some other issues of the day, because the Trump administration reportedly is expected to allow Anthropic to restore access to its fabled 5 AI model as early as this week. And that ends.
Nope, we wanted to stay on that topic with Mr. Fauci. We got to keep on moving forward. Come on up here. Told you guys, let's go. We got to follow up on these Venezuela quakes, you guys. You know about these earthquakes. Twin multi-magnitude earthquakes have hit Venezuela, flattening buildings and basically decimating the entire country at certain areas. We got a situation now where they're doing a lot of donations and they're following up and still trying to retrieve people, seeing who's alive. There's still over about, let's say about 49,000 people that have not been accounted for, and there's now 1,450 people who have now been reported dead. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Death toll from those twin earthquakes in northern Venezuela has now risen to 1,450, and fears are mounting tonight as the window for finding any survivors is closing. And for many, the focus now is shifting to helping the survivors.
Local businesses are now trying to collect the basics the victims of the earthquakes will need in the weeks and months ahead. Rachel Menitoff joins us live from the KTLA News Center with more on the devastation and the critically important donations. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Karine. Hi, Rick. Good evening to you both. Keep in mind, these were powerful 7.2 and 7.5 magnitude earthquakes, and it's been 3 days or 72 hours, which is about the time many experts say people must be saved. Thousands of people remain injured or displaced. More than 50,000 are still missing as rescue crews race against time to find survivors and those stuck underneath toppled buildings 96 hours later. During Sunday prayer, Pope Leo offered condolences and expressed solidarity. The hardest hit area, the coastal state of La Guaira, north of Caracas, suffered catastrophic damage after two major earthquakes touched down, and hundreds of aftershocks now complicate the rescue operation. In a rare moment of joy, a mom and 18-day-old baby are lucky to be alive, rescued from the rubble. Signs of Life empowered the nearly 2,600 urban search and rescue teams from around the world. Many citizens and neighbors are also doing much of the heavy lifting, some complaining about little heavy equipment and lack of governmental presence. This man says, when we started the digging, people from the state with thermal cameras told us there were no signs of life, but we never lost hope. Humanitarian aid and medical supplies are arriving, though damaged roads, ports, and power outages are slowing relief efforts. Here locally, Venezuelan Americans are doing what they can to contribute from afar.
Y bueno, lo que se necesita en realidad es toda la ayuda que se pueda para Venezuela. Como pueden ver por acá.
Jesus Alvarado.
Choo choo. You can say it, but I can't. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up, you guys. We got to pray for Venezuela. We want to pray for all of the people that are still missing. We want to pray for the people that need to be healed, and we want to pray for good and fast healing for them. We want to pray for much more when it comes down to the country, because before these earthquakes, they were still going through a lot. They already got hit by us, taking over when it comes down to their oil, and then they were already out there having problems when it came down to their light and stuff like that. So yeah, Venezuela is a country that they've really been suffering. I think that's about enough for them. I think they should be able to get some leniency right now. I just want to pray for them, as well as everybody out there, all of the first responders and the people that are still digging. And if you guys saw those dogs out there too, right? That's all they know how to do. That's why those are angels out there too. Y'all saw the dogs? Imagine how many people those dogs saved. Let's hope that the dogs can find other animals as well, because we can't forget about the animals that are stuck down there too. Amen. Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's get on over to New York. And if I can make it there. Can't do the whole song. You know why. Can't do that right after saying something like that. But we can talk about this next story that's coming in. Luigi Mangione. You guys want to know about that? Probably got a lot of fans out here. The federal trial is now set to start in January due to the fact that his state case is starting in the fall. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen. Let me get you guys locked and loaded on what's happening on this topics in this news around the world.
For the hearing, but didn't speak at all and walked down in silence. Chief Investigative Correspondent. Major update on the trial for Luigi Mangione. The accused CEO killer will stand trial in Manhattan federal court in January. The judge says she hoped to begin this fall, but a state trial that starts in September makes that impossible. Mangione was in court for the hearing, but didn't speak at all and walked down in silence. Chief Investigative Correspondent Aaron Katursky and also our legal analyst Brian Buckmeyer join me now. So Aaron, what's the latest report?
Luigi Mangione seemed pretty relaxed today, Kira, actually smiling a bit, seemed to be having a nice rapport with his attorneys. He got stuck in an elevator for a few minutes with the U.S. Marshals, so the hearing was delayed. But beyond that, he learned today that he will definitely stand trial in federal court in January.
Australia, good day.
The judge said she wanted to start earlier, but the state case made that impossible. And his attorney, Karen Friedman at Nifolo, said that the judge in the state trial said expect September 8th to be firm. He was not going to delay the state case any further. So
Mark, motherfunking Bone, what's going on? Yolanda, Robin, Realist, Sky.
Juries will hear that, and the jury selection is going to be fairly elaborate. Hundreds of people, beginning in just a few months, Kira, will begin filling out questionnaires. And the whole idea is to weed out any biases, get a fair and impartial jury of 12 with 6 alternates.
So Brian, how much impact can
2 cases, not one. He's got state and federal. Now they had to push back the federal case due to the fact that that state case will be starting in the fall.
and Jimmy State Trial. Now,
That's enough for us. We're going to keep it moving forward. Double tap that screen and get those likes up. I can't wait to get to the health and wellness section. That's going to be really good today. I promise you guys. We got more coming up, though. Let's get on over here to see what's going on with the technical agreement that's supposed to be in this meeting when it comes down to supposedly there's supposed to be a conversation going on where they're talking about having a conversation with President Trump. And let's see what's happening when it comes down to this sit down. Let's see what's going on with this, you guys. We got some breaking news as the U.S.-Iran technical talks will proceed after, of course, the weekend strikes.
The U.S. and Iran agreeing to pause strikes and meet this week after escalating tensions threatened to put this whole peace deal at risk.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey is live in Tel Aviv with the details. Trey.
Yeah, hey guys, good morning. After two exchanges of fire over the weekend between the United States and Iran, U.S. officials say technical talks between the two countries will move forward as planned. This all started late last week when the Iranians targeted vessels in the Strait of Hormuz.
That was that vessel that was coming out of Singapore, and they struck at it first, and then that's when the U.S. retaliated.
With one-way attack drones. We know the U.S. responded with
Sony.
strikes in southwestern Iran. When the Iranians attacked yet another oil tanker, the U.S. ramped up strikes, going after Iranian military surveillance infrastructure, communication systems, air defense sites, drone storage facilities, and mine-laying capabilities.
I guess they're like, okay, yeah, let's talk. Okay, let's talk. I don't understand it, man. Just like, no matter of fact, I do. Because no one likes to lose. No one likes to lose. And I got to be honest with you, no one here wants to lose. And you're going to fight to the very end as well. So you know what? It is what it is.
In response, the Iranians launched missiles and drones toward Kuwait and Bahrain early.
Again, what do we call this, you guys? We call this urban warfare. People that have nothing to do with it. That's the sad part about it.
Sunday, the goal here for the Trump administration in the short term remains keeping the Strait of Hormuz open and safe. But this week, those more detailed discussions on Iran's nuclear program will proceed.
The president's patience isn't going to last forever. Discussions are ongoing, particularly at a technical level of how to get inspectors in, the downblending, and the other pieces that are focused on ensuring Iran never has a nuclear weapon. But they need to understand their leverage is diminishing by the day. Iran has a choice to make. It's going to be a responsible nation, or it can continue down this path to absolute ruin.
Yeah, because every time they strike out, it's like you're sticking your head out, and now they go boom, 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 and mess up everything that they have left. It's like, I don't know if that's going to work for them. But then again, we do have a strong and ignorant, ignorant in a strong sort of way when it comes down to a adversary when it comes down to those guys. And they still got some stuff going on in Pakistan where they're going to do their version of what they've released strike footage from operations in Afghanistan. So yeah, there's still stuff going on out there, you guys. Check it out. And this is their CENTCOM. So yeah. The footage purports to show airstrikes carried out overnight on June the 28th through the 29th, targeting alleged militant infrastructure in Afghanistan's Paktika, Nukur, Paktina. Oh my God, how do they do this? I don't know. And whatever the other provinces is. Yeah, that's what they was doing it at, y'all. I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm still from 108th Street between Manhattan and Central Park. The strikes have heightened the tensions between Pakistan and Afghanistan, of course. As you can see, there's a boom, boom, boom going on. I tell you one, whoa, you talking about destruction. Lord have mercy. Jesus Christ. Rubble. I always tell you guys, I always try to remind you, 10 minutes or 20 minutes ago, it was probably not even looking like this. We see this and we're like, oh, that must have been like that for weeks or months or years. Nah, bro, probably about 15 minutes or 10 minutes ago this happened. So yeah, we look at things in the aftermath when we don't really understand the time span of it, is really what I'm saying. Myself included, not trying to call anybody out. But let's keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to get on over to Washington, where the Supreme Court is now set to potentially rule on major cases. We're talking about TEP. I'm talking about, they already did that one. They're talking about more border cases. I guess when it comes down to Trump's birthright citizenship. We have to get a couple more answers when it comes out to Supreme Court. But also, let's double tap that screen and get more people over here. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Understand we do world news, not just local news. We go everywhere. We got to get coverage. You never know who else might be interested in that story. You know what I mean? Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go.
The Supreme Court's expected to rule on several big cases today. It's the last scheduled opinion day of the term, and several decisions are still outstanding. The justices will decide whether to block President Trump's order redefining who's a citizen at birth. It's also set to rule on transgender athletes in women's sports, whether to prevent the president's removal of Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook, and more. ABC's legal.
Oh, we need to know about this, guys. Transgenders in women's sports. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're celebrating a little bit today. I'm feeling happy because we're back in full swing. So that means we're going to be giving away 6 keychains. That's right, 6 Our Bottom Line, brand new. As you can see, that blue that's on there is the seal. You guys got to pull that off yourself when you get it in the mail. And also, we're going to be sending out 6 decals because we're celebrating that we're back and we have no more strikes on the channel. We are 100% clear. That's right, you guys. So we're going to do this an easy way and we're going to pull it up for real. We're going to go for the gusto today since it's the beginning of the show. If we can get 400 likes, that's right, 400, because stamps are not cheap. And these aren't either. So we're going to send you guys 6 of the keychains of Our Bottom Line. Once you get them, you're going to go ahead and pop off that seal right there. Send us a photo on our Discord so we can share with the family. Also, when you receive your decal, you're also going to do the same thing. Put it somewhere. Take a photo. Put it in the Discord so all of us can see where it's at. Kalesiv, did you get your decal? Just asking. And there's one more person that I saw that did the sit stand inside of the Discord, and you didn't send me your email address. I know who was that, Angels? Let me know if you guys did that. I want to know about it, you guys. Yes, this is what we're doing right now, 6 and 6. What we got over here, Liberty and Justice says 25 more likes and let's get them. We are the #1 news platform for political parties, and you have civil debates here. I don't want to mess up the news and anything. Okay, good. See that? Yes, I sure did. We don't play around when we say we're going to send somebody something. We make sure that they get it. So yes, 6 and 6 are going to be coming out. If you guys can make it to 400, Collective, let them know. We hold our word over here. Let's go. Who's over there? We got Angels Among Us. That's you. You're supposed to be sending me your address. I saw that.
Contributor James Sample is here for all of those stories. So, James, you say the big question in terms of birthright citizenship is whether the court rules on the merits of the case. What do you mean by that?
Well, there are multiple ways in which the court could resolve the case. One of the ways in which they could resolve the case is to use sort of an off-ramp and say that the statutes that Congress has passed that are consistent with the longtime constitutional understanding control the case, and that way the court could avoid the constitutional question. That's the narrow possibility. The broader possibility is that the court takes the constitutional question head on, whether or not the 14th Amendment's birthright citizenship clause, as it's known, does in fact mean that children born on U.S. soil to parents who are neither citizens nor legal permanent residents do have birthright citizenship.
Do you guys think that this is an important topic right here when it comes down to birthright citizenship? I'm just going to honestly tell you, I do. I'm not going to tell you my opinion until I get yours, though, because I don't want to feel as if I'm influencing anything. I want to ask you this. If you feel as if birthright citizenship should be taken away or done away with, or only for the children of slaves, and that's the way that they're saying that it was written into the amendments. My question is this: if you feel that birthright citizenship should be changed, let's go ahead and get the thumbs up. This means that you're all for what the administration is trying to do and trying to make sure that only children that are born here are actually going to be deemed as American citizens. If you feel that there's something different going on where you're probably not in agreement with the administration, you're feeling as if they should not be changing anything up and it's fine the way it is, I'd like to see a thumbs down, and I will be reading whatever you guys have connected to that as well. So I've got, are we the only country that does this? Yes, we are. Birthright person or American citizens are not people present in America. Okay, cool. Since there are no more slaves in the US, no. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. End it now in retrospect, in retrospectively. Whoa, you're trying to go back and get people up out of here that already been passed through. Okay, cool. I see what you're talking about. I'm with Trump 100%. Sky legal immigrants can naturalize and get residency. You're talking to Sky. Okay, cool. What's up, Sky? How you doing? I see they sending out our notifications now and letting our family know that we're out there. Okay, it needs to be reformed. That's what Money Tree says. Money Tree. Okay, cool. I'll tell you guys my opinion in a minute. Born ignorant, so they have to be protected. Okay, what else we got over here? Liberty and Justice says, yeah. Okay, she's with it. Both the transparent were illegal immigrants. They did not have the papers when they came here. Okay, you guys, and I guess that's really why we rock together, because I agree with everybody with the thumbs up. I agree with every one of you guys now. So I did not influence anything. I just see that we got a lot of people that feel the same way that I do. I feel the same way. I think that sometimes they take advantage of birthright citizenship. I feel as if there's a lot of pregnant women that try to stay or come to the United States in order to have their child here, in order to say, well, my baby's here, so you got to keep me here. You know how that goes. That's kind of like when a husband goes inside of the store and you're trying to be the best salesman that you can be. And he's got that one thing that he can say that's like kryptonite. You know what I'm talking about, salesmen out there of the United States and worldwide, the global salesmanship. When he says, I'll have to ask my wife. Doo, doo, doo. Sale goes down the drain. You guys know what I'm talking about. Similar to that. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen to get those likes up.
Presidential power is also at stake in this Federal Reserve case. What kind of precedent could that one set?
That case is really a companion case to a case involving the Federal Trade Commission. And the question in those two cases is whether or not the president's Article 2 powers under the Constitution, which make him the chief executive officer of the country, of course, allow him to fire individual commissioners of so-called independent agencies, including in Lisa Cook's case, the Federal Reserve, at will, meaning without cause. In the case of the Federal Trade Commission and a dozen other agencies or more, it seemed quite likely that the court is going to allow the president that authority, but the predictions with respect to the Federal Reserve, even though the exact same statutory language applies, it seemed at oral argument like the court would probably carve out an exception for Lisa Cook and for the Federal Reserve itself.
What else you?
Wow, I wonder why they would do something like that. Oh, that's giving him a lot of power, to tell you the truth. And he went back and snatched that war power too. You saw how he did that, right? He went against that signature for the homes and made everybody come back on this side. You saw that, right? Now he needs to go ahead and sign that signature thing over there when it comes down to making it more affordable for the American citizens to get homes. That was created by a bipartisanship of Republicans and Democrats who got together, because I'm gonna tell you guys, I think that was a good deal. And not only that, I love it when people can come together the same way we come together here when we talk about certain specific topics. Also, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? We're on our way to 75,000 subscribers, and then we're gonna go get that platinum plaque. Because me and Liberty, we're not playing right now. Sam Champion's not playing around. Nobody's messing around. Kendra Walker, we've been here too long. It's time for us to get our plaque. We want to put it right there. We're going to move that poster right there. That looks like a nice place to put that plaque, right? Yeah, let's keep on doing what we do, showing them that we're the best. We got more to get in with you guys. We're going to get back into temporary protective status right about now. Okay, see what's going on with Mark Wayne over here when he defends the actions of the deporting people that are under TPS protection right here. And we're going to see what's going on with that. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Keep on moving, you guys. It's our bottom line. Let's go.
Mr. Secretary, so more than 350,000 people from Haiti and Syria who have lived and worked legally in this country under TPS. Will you be deporting all of them
Will they be all deported back to their home countries, Haiti and Syria? And when will these deportations start? Will it be immediately? Well, Jake, first of all, temporary protective status was never intended to be permanent. And there's a lot of people that came over here 15, 20 years ago underneath TPS that's already changed their status. The whole time these individuals have been here underneath the temporary protective status, they could have applied for a visa, they could have applied for a LPR, they could have applied for different directions, but the status itself can be ended in its name itself by saying temporary. So these individuals have a couple of choices. They can try to apply for a.
So, all right, let's say if you were on temporary protective status since, let's say, 2015, you should have had time to go ahead and get your visa or try to become become a legal citizen, right? That's what he's trying to say. That's his argument. Do you guys think he's right with that argument?
For a permanent residence here, they can apply for a temporary visa if they choose to.
Thank you,
They
Frankie.
choose to go back, and if they want to go back, we'll help them with that. If I'm talking directly to the individuals that, with the temporary protective status, either try to fill out the paperwork and be here underneath a permanent status, or we'll help you get back to your country. We'll actually give you a plane ticket plus roughly $2,100 to help you reestablish when you get there.
Look here, bro. We don't know what you're going to do, but we're going to slide you some chips, put you on a flight, send you anywhere you want to go, long as it's not here, but you got to go. Got to go? Got to go. That's basically what he's saying. But we're going to give you 2,100.
But temporary protective status, according to the courts and in its name itself, is not permanent status. So
that's something that me and my best friend be saying. An extra hunch. We'll give you an extra hunch to kick a rock for a block. Sometimes an extra $100. Hey, go ahead and take that, man. If it gets you out of here faster, see ya. Hope you had a good time. Bye now. Hope you had a good morning, do ya? Hope you never see you again. And with that being said, you guys ready? Doom doom. Doom doom. Can you hear it coming? Doom doom. We ain't play it in a doom doom. Wow. Ice, ice. Doom 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Get him! That's right, you guys. We got a situation. What, you thought you were going to get through a whole episode without seeing that? Nah, not likely. We got a situation over here where, are you ready? Watch your head. Double feature today, y'all. Oh my God, in the back of that whammy, and he got caught. He thought he was going to get away with how much money? And he still looked like he's broke as a joke. I'm not playing around, you guys. The U.S. authorities have captured one of the alleged masterminds in a $250 million fraud scheme where money was stolen. Then the guy vanished. Guess what? The FBI located him in Somalia, and they got him after 4 years of him being on the run. Let's go, you guys. Let's see what's going on with this guy right here. Isn't this the same person that was hanging out with Ilhan Omar? You know what I'm talking about, right? Bananas and rice lady. Remember her from the Feeding Our Future Act?
U.S. authorities have captured one of the alleged masterminds behind the largest pandemic fraud scheme in American history. 42-year-old Abdikerm Abdullahi Adla.
Abdikerm, 250 million, and tried to kick a rock for a block and get up out of here. And they caught him. Get him! Got him.
Was arrested in Mogadishu, Somalia, more than 4 years after fleeing the United States to evade prosecution. The arrest was carried out in a joint operation involving the FBI and Somalia's National Intelligence and Security Agency. Federal prosecutors accuse Adlai of playing a central role in the massive Feeding Our Future scandal.
Sky says, I don't know if Somalia is the place I'd try and hide in, to be honest.
A scheme that allegedly stole over $250 million in federal funds meant to feed vulnerable children during the COVID-19 pandemic. According to court documents, Idly recruited fake meal sites, accepted millions in kickbacks, and used shell companies to launder money. Investigators say funds intended for hungry children were instead spent on luxury cars, mansions, and lavish lifestyles.
That's the type that pull up on us, y'all. I gotta call us out because sometimes they do that. Anybody know who I'm talking about? Like Kendra, like Liberty, certain people that know what I'm talking about. You ever get these people that come over to United States and they always say these words, these two words, my country, my country, my country. You hear it a lot. And they're talking about all the time, they're talking about how their country is, and then they say the name of it and where they're doing and all of that. And they kind of try to make it seem like they're looking down on you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. Anybody ever get that feeling besides me? Am I the only one that always gets that my country thing? So now what you want to do is you want to come over here, steal from us, right? And slap us in the face all while you're doing it. Because you don't even accept us in it. Because while you're over here doing it, you're laughing and you're looking at us like, oh, you puny, stupid American. You don't even know how to really hustle. Because you look at it like a hustle. We don't look at it like that. We're Americans. We're not trying to get locked up and steal from people, whatever like that. But to some people, any way you get it is okay. So you know what I'm talking about, those my country people. You know what I'm talking about, Angels, Collective? You know what I'm talking about, Royal? You know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, and they always act like they just so better than you, whatever. Then they want to send money back. And then when you really start having a conversation with them, like, yeah, why'd you come over here? Well, it was really bad over there. Yeah, but you keep on saying my country, you know what I'm saying? Or then when something bad happened, they always like, oh, you know how bad, you know what I'm saying? Which one is it? You want us to swing with you on this side, or which one is it? The my country thing. That's why I don't feel bad for people like this specifically. Everybody's not like that though. But I'm talking about those my country people pull up on you with the Mercedes Benz and the labels and stuff. Why? Because when they come from countries like that, labels and brands are a way to show that you're doing better and you have monetary, right? So we understand that part. But don't come over here trying to kick us in the head while you're trying to steal from us at the same time, pulling up in Mercedes Benz, Birkin bags, living in all this lavish stuff, and then looking at us talking about my country. That's why we're glad when this happened.
FBI Director Kash Patel described Idile as an alleged ringleader of the sprawling fraud network, saying justice had finally caught up with him. The scandal has already led to charges against more than 90 people, with dozens convicted, including Feeding Our Future founder Amy Bach. Yet authorities say only a fraction of the stolen money has been recovered as the investigation continues.
There you go, Winter.
Thank you, Chairman. Honorable Walk. In Operation Cold Snap, 20 Minnesota retail locations were hit in single operation for SNAP trafficking. Minnesota is also the epicenter of the largest documented social service fraud scandal in American history, where over 98 individuals charged, 85 being of Somali descent, nearly 300 million stolen from the USDA's federal child nutrition program. Did Minnesota's sanctuary status contribute to allowing that network to operate for years?
Congresswoman, I'm not sure.
Abaduba, Baba Biba, Abaduba, Baba Biba. That's when you know somebody, he trying to get it together, y'all. You know what they say, take a couple of seconds, then answer the question. He answering back too fast.
If that did, but I do know that in terms of Operation Cold Snap and Feeding Our Futures, that there was a big nexus to the Somali community. But we haven't looked at the issue of how the sanctuary jurisdictions affected that.
I understand this to be correct, not just in Minnesota, though, in most states that actually have illegal immigration problems and provide sanctuary status to these people, where they are limiting cooperation with federal immigration enforcement.
Are you guys forgetting how much money Mayor Adams spent on illegal immigrants that were just migrating here and just being bussed in from different states and different places? You guys forgot about that, huh? Do you remember how much he was complaining about not having the money and the resources to take care of them? How many times he went to Albany to try to get money? You guys are not talking about that money. How much money was spent in that situation? What about that? Let's keep on moving forward now, because Speaker Johnson is over here with Maria, and they're talking about the Save America Act, and they're saying that the Democrats want no part of it. And I am not saying anything like that. I am not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican, independent, or even what they call it, a conservative. You know what I'm talking about? I just report it as it comes out. Let's see what's going on over here, you guys. Let's go.
The people, and that's what he wants to do.
But of course, more important to the president is the Save America Act. There was a real showdown in the House last week. Anna Paulina Luna saying she's not going to move anything forward from her vote because she wants the Senate to attach the Save America Act to whatever legislation.
Got to be honest with you, I feel the same way, but I don't want to say F the Save America Act, James, but I do want to say let's pass that housing bill, and especially if they got what they wanted. Okay, you got your power back from the wars. Look, you got your power back now. You can do whatever you want. Cool. Let's go ahead and push that other policy through because we need that. We need as much as we can get when it comes down to homes and places to live for our American people.
They're pushing. Can you tell us what happened and whether or not you believe that can get across the finish line? I know you've passed it many times in the House.
What's up, Jordan?
The president and I laughed about it in the Oval last week. I told him, Mr. President, I don't have any tattoos, but if I did, it'd say Save America on my shoulder. We passed it 3 times in the House already. We're going to pass it again. And this time we're going to try to put it on a reconciliation bill. And the reason that's so important, Marie, as you know, is it prevents the necessity of 60 votes in the Senate. The Democrats want no part of this. And remember, this is very basic stuff. We're just going to make sure you have to have proof of citizenship to register to vote, and then show an ID when you turn out at the ballot box.
Got a question right there. You know I love to do it. I want to know if you have a problem with that, though. Are you okay with showing your identification when it comes down to voting, when it comes down to going to the ballot box? Anybody who's okay with it, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have a problem with it, I would like for you to give us a thumbs down. Of course, anything that you add to the thumbs up or thumbs down, I'd like to read. I really want to know what you guys feel about this because we have a lot of mixed opinions. And I really want to know what you guys think about this. No problem at all. Sid, okay, in New York, we already have to. Thank you. I thought it was me. I'm so used to it, and I've been a couple of places, but I'm so used to doing it, and I like doing it, actually. I like to do it. You need to I like actually doing it. It makes me feel like I'm important, and it makes it feel like my name has been really considered, especially when you go there and they say, what's your name? And then you say your name, and they're like, all right, yeah, you're in the book, and you show them your ID. Okay, go ahead. Makes you feel like you're part of the system and you're really doing something. You need ID for everything. What else? How did I get to get green label for my name? How do I get a green name? You gotta become a member to get a green label. Don't have a problem showing my ID. Karen Bone Scooter. What's up, Teddy? What's up, Teddy? Makes me feel like I'm 21 again. There you go. There you go. You are important. Thank you so much. The glare up there. The glare up there. What's poppin'? Said hi. How you guys doing? I miss y'all so much. They was messing around with us, but we back now, y'all. We got to keep on doing what we got to do. And they say that they voted already. I have to show my membership at Sam's Club. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? If you have to have ID to rent a motel room, okay. I'm new here. What is the channel about? You guys are going to find out trending topics, current events, much, much more. Also, the #1 host, myself, and the #1 co-host and family. And we do different topics come up. We have a great rapport about things and speak about it. Sometimes you want to watch the news by yourself, but we'd rather watch it together because then we can have a forum and speak about different things and have a real opinion about a lot of stuff going on all around the world. I got some more stuff to bring into you right now, but I did want to make sure that we covered that. We got to get into some Epstein information. This is pretty crazy right here. This right here will show you how much a pedo or a freak or an insane mastermind creep would go. This fool actually hired people to create websites to try to spin others off when it comes down to what he really was known for. That's right, JeffreyEpsteinSports.com, Jeffrey Epstein's opinions on this.com. Yes, you guys, check this out. It's an insane online footprint. He paid money to scrub his mugshot and more. It's a lot in this clip. I'm going to leave it up for you guys so you can go check it out. But I'm gonna tell you right now, it's Epstein's insane online footprint. Let's see how far and how much he would go through just to cover himself and what other people are possibly doing. Let's check this out real quick. This information I've never heard before, and that's pretty rare coming from our channel because we've been on top of everything.
In 2010, shortly after being released from a 13-month jail sentence, Jeffrey Epstein received an alluring email. Would you be interested in having all that crap that comes up on a Google search on your name basically disappear? We know the right people to hire. Epstein responded with a simple yes. The man behind this offer was Al Seckel, an American author, writer, and visual artist. And this email would mark the beginning of a long and elaborate campaign to suppress and silence any articles and reports made online surrounding Epstein's crimes. Shady online accounts were created with the sole purpose of deleting and altering facts on Epstein's Wikipedia.
Yes, you can affect people's Wikipedia by what you do. If enough people go in there, it can change the bottom lines, and you can actually change images out, mug shots, and everything. You can go to a company, you can hire Getty, you can do a lot of stuff. You can scrub different things if you have the money to do it.
To paint him in a better light, I have been asked by Jeffrey Epstein to describe his biography in a professional and accurate way that does not involve any scandals or disreputable content. As a living person, this is his right. Edits across his Wikipedia page kept up, even leading to his mugshot getting completely removed, being replaced with a more recent photo so that those who stumbled onto the page with no or little prior knowledge of who he was would have no idea of his disturbing past. A month into this coordinated plan, Seckel emailed Epstein, "It is 4:30 a.m. I've been up all night working on this project along with my team, pulling all-nighters too."
They would hire people from the Philippines and different countries to write write-ups about Jeffrey Epstein and put these write-ups on these websites to try to alter people's overall assessments of the person that he is.
As you well know, all these people are very serious people. Another group is building a different Jeffrey Epstein, a false identity site on sports. And they're writing up all the content on that as I know nothing about sports. Sure enough, JeffreyEpsteinSports.com was created, supposedly detailing his opinions on current NBA and NFL related news. Though in reality, the person, or rather people, behind this website were all located in the Philippines. And this sports page was only one of many more websites created with the sole purpose of diverting attention from Epstein's crimes. JeffreyEpstein.org had pretty much everything related to his philanthropy, essentially just showing the scientific research he was funding at the time.
So what you do is now you put all of this stuff out and it suppresses all of the other stuff that's happening and knocks that down while they're still trying to knock that down and get you out of there. Thank you so much, Jack. Just sent 5 gift memberships, you guys. Go ahead and snatch up those memberships. Thank you so much. What do you guys think about this? Smart, right? But you see how crazy and deceptive it is?
Another website, JeffreyEpsteinScience.com, was a lot more interesting because it detailed a conference that took place on St. Thomas Island.
And you're totally right about that. You said, I don't see Epstein watching sports, maybe tennis, angels among us. You're right. But you know what? When you got a hot topic like sports, and when you associate somebody's name with that hot topic, Bugatti speaks about the Knicks. That's a chance for that going high viral for a lot of people to check in on that because it's me. I'm talking about the Knicks or whatever like that, right? Especially if they've just won the game. So something like that will put you high up in the rankings, and all the other stuff about you would do what? Start falling down in the rankings, and less of that'll be seen about you unless they really start searching. Let's keep on moving forward. That's the strategy of overlapping and putting information out there.
Which for my fellow Americans, or anyone else who may be geographically challenged, is the island right next to Epstein's Island, Little St. James. The Mindshift conference will take place in early January on the island of St. Thomas and at Jeffrey Epstein's private island in the Caribbean, Little St. James. The purpose is to bring together diverse backgrounds, expertise, and viewpoints to try to push the frontiers of substantive topics. The attendees listed consisted mostly of academics, professors, researchers, scientists, you name it. The conference itself, hosted in January of 2011, while not filmed or recorded, turned out to be such a terrible event. Epstein emailed Seckel pretending to be someone named Susan. It was without a doubt the worst meeting we have ever funded. Seckel, to his own credit, was smarter than a bag of rocks and called out Epstein directly, leading to their eventual falling out. Now, Epstein both funded and ran many conferences in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
So that's how we know about all of this stuff, because they had a fallout and homeboy came out and told all this information. So that's how we know about it. And when you got money, you got time to do stuff like this. Let's keep on going forward, you guys, because this is Epstein's insane online footage. footprint, just in case you want to go see the whole thing, because as you can see, it's about 22 minutes long. We don't go that far, but I just wanted you guys to see some of the how far that these creeps would go to cover their tracks and try to get their names covered, because if they got the money to do it and they got the people with the wherewithal, and like Lisa Roy said, yeah, they got the dough to do it, why don't they just go ahead and scrub it and get it out there? Let's keep on going, you guys. Let's go, let's go, let's go, because now it's time. I can do it now. Can I do it now? New York, and if I can make it there, I'll make it bum bum. Anywhere, it's up to you. New York, New York. Especially if you're the NYPD. That's right, you guys. Over the weekend, we had some homes of the top NYPD officials searched by the federal investigations that's going on, you guys. That's right, NYPD's top brass. I think that's yours. We're going to check this out and see what's going on with this one.
We've learned this investigation involves both current and former high-ranking NYPD officials. Mayor Murdaugh says the searches are part of Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch's effort to root out corruption within the department.
Oh, so there's corruption in the police department? Really? Never knew about that.
The NYPD and FBI executing search warrants at several homes connected to current and former NYPD officials. Video shows investigators at the home of Tariq Shepard, the NYPD's former chief spokesperson. Police confirmed the home of James McCarthy, the chief of Manhattan South, was also searched. Although authorities have not released details about the investigation, Police Commissioner Jessica Tisch said in a statement, "I promised New Yorkers that under my leadership, the NYPD would conduct itself with integrity. This investigation and our actions this morning are part of the ongoing effort to fulfill that commitment and hold the department to its highest ideals."
Woo! You talking about hard to look at? They could have found some kind of other picture. Now, this is one person that we have no problem with wearing a mask, even if it ain't COVID.
Tisch reinforced that message during a police graduation ceremony earlier today.
You must act with integrity. The stakes could not be any higher. If you fail to meet that standard, the consequences will be swift and they will be severe.
She's one of those people that talk with her whole face. You know what I'm saying? When she talking, she looked like kind of like Bobcat Goldthwait, yeah, without the screaming.
Mayor Mangione also addressed the searches during an unrelated event in the Bronx.
Our government should serve the public with integrity. Any corruption would amount to a serious violation of the responsibility within the NYPD and a breach in public trust. Commissioner Tisch has already shown a real commitment to cracking down on corruption and ensuring that the public servants in the NYPD are held to the highest standards.
How about we get some real numbers and stop getting some doctored up numbers, Mr. Mom Dame? Na easy super cat, na use a dam dame. Na easy super cat, na use a dam dame. Na easy super cat, na he's a dam dame. Dame. Let's keep going, you guys. We got to get on over to Milwaukee. Janelle, Survival, Hoffenstadt Incorporated. Come on, man. We're going to do it. Give us any chance, we'll take it. How do I know these songs? Blame my grandmother. That was the theme song from Laverne and Shirley, you guys. I don't know why. I just did that. Let's get on over here because we got some union leaders that are accusing the U.S. Postal Service. You guys, you have any mail you've been waiting on? Probably out there in Milwaukee, a couple of places around there, waiting to get your mail. Maybe you're probably waiting for a check. Some correspondence from your granddaughter. You got a little thing going on where you like to get your mail. But guess what? Not in Milwaukee, because we got union leaders that are being accused of Postal Service of mismanagement. They say that they went there and asked them, and they tried to see what was going on with the mail at this one particular post office. They said the mail had been backed up for months. They were looking around and trying to find out why all of the workers were just sitting around. And they said that, oh, we were told to just sit around. What? We got to look into this, you guys. I got to show you guys this over here. Let's see what's going on with this.
Union leaders representing postal workers accused USPS of mismanagement.
One leader says his members were told to sit in the break room instead of sorting packages. Jenna Sachs has it in his Contact 6 report.
I've been here 35 years. This is the worst I've ever seen.
Glenn Griggs is the local president of the American Postal Workers Union.
He sat down with Contact 6 to talk about what he calls mismanagement at the Oak Creek Distribution Center. I'm talking about theft is going on in there, and I can say it. You got to watch out for putting your own check inside the post office, you guys. We come from a time where you don't mess around with the mail. It used to be punctual on time. And not punctual and on time, but they used to say rain, sleet, or snow, whatever. But at least we felt as if the people that worked in the post office weren't going to steal your rent checks or your checks that you're sending out. The last month, they got me. Boom, right out the post office, you guys. Be very careful because they look for those rent checks when it comes to those days of the month, like the first and the third. They're looking out for those checks. I'm not doing it anymore. I've got a direct deposit now, so we just get it paid like that, you guys. Be careful out there because the next thing you know, you get a notification, beep, beep, your rent is late. What? And then you go look at the check and you'll see somebody's name on there instead of the rental company. That's what happened to me last month myself. I reported on the show, so I was surprised it could even happen to me. So if it could happen to me, let's keep it going. You know the rest. We was in there the other day. They had mail from March. We was in April, in the middle of April. It was mail sitting in a hamper, not work yet, just sitting in the hamper. And then we machined them. Contact 6 spoke with Jill Loon in April, the owner of an Oak Creek business that makes auto parts for performance cars. Things aren't getting to the customers on time. Customers are upset. They want their product. Then it goes to St. Paul, Minnesota. Jill showed us the USPS tracking records that prove her delays. Things seem to be bouncing from different city to different city. None of it makes sense. None of it is accurate. And you can't count on the tracking at all. I would say that's a valid claim. Greg saw our report. We went out there to investigate, and it was very disturbing that what we seen out there. He says what he found were 20 to 30 clerks per day sitting in the break room on standby for their entire shifts instead of working on the machines they're trained to operate. And we asked the clerks, why you guys sitting there? And they said, we have no idea. They just told us to sit here, and they gave us no explanation. All right, Scooter. Greg says instead there were unskilled workers on machines. That was in May. In June, USPS confirmed for Contact 6 the arrival of a new sorting machine in Oak Creek, which it says significantly enhances package processing capacity. So you see what's about to happen. They're going to make them keep on sitting down until they take over their jobs with computers. Hopefully that helps out. Even we don't have nothing personal when it comes down to that because we need our mail, period. But as far as like the snail mail, with the people in there stealing and stuff like that, it's real, you guys. Be careful. And again, like somebody said in the comments, there's really no integrity or pride in their work anymore. And you know how they are in the post office already aggravated. With the ability to sort up to 7,000 packages per hour. That's double the amount. Griggs says the new machines read barcodes and rely less on trained clerks. See what happened yesterday when they were over there, got rid of all of that 1,000 people. Now they already replaced them with AI robots. That's what's about to happen. You guys see it. Not only that, but a lot of complaints and a lot of things don't have to be dealt with anymore. Nobody's calling in sick. No one needs a vacation, no maternity leave when it comes down to an AI robot. Let's keep on moving forward and double tap that screen and get those likes up, you guys, because I believe you guys can get up to 400 likes. So I can send out these keychains. I'm going to be sending out 6 and 6. That's right, 6 keychains and also 6 decals. That's 12 people right there. All you got to do is make sure that you hit that like button, double tap that screen and get it up. And we're going to be able to get up to 400 likes. I'll be sending out 12 pieces, 6 and 6. How are you going to get it? You're going to email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. I'll see it. You guys, I'll email them out. I'll mail them out and you guys will get your decals or your keychains. Some people get keychains, some people get decals. If there's not enough people sending me the emails, you know what's going to happen? I send them both. Most of the time I go there, let's say it's 8 people. So that means 4 people will receive this. Boom, that means they're getting both because I keep my word over here. Let's keep on moving forward. You guys double tap that screen and get those likes up. We got to get on over to Atlanta where this video shows this officer. I don't know what she was thinking about, but she's lucky she did this when people were handcuffed, because if she did this while they were not handcuffed, she would have definitely had to scrap with some people. We got a video that shows a Buckeye officer hitting handcuffed pregnant woman and another one that restrained while this other guy was restrained, punched him in the face too.
That's right, you heard me say it. Punch the pregnant lady in the face. Let me open up this screen right here. Let's get on over to Arizona, see what's going on.
I sifted through hours of video
I'm sorry, Atlanta.
and hundreds of pages of police paperwork today. We now know Officer Carrie Carrico did not document striking the pregnant woman in her initial report, and her stories changed over time. Fellow officers described her actions in both cases as unjustified, unnecessary, and excessive. Shocking video shows a Buckeye police officer strike a pregnant woman in handcuffs.
Knock it off. Do you understand me? You are here because you're an ass.
Body camera footage capturing the moments right before the punch to the face. That officer, Carrie Carrico, no longer works for the department. She's been indicted on 2 counts of aggravated assault.
Now that's the first one. Watch this next one she do.
You piece of.
Here's video of the second time she's accused of striking a restrained suspect.
She said, do that again and I will smash you into this wall so hard you will not see straight.
The pregnant victim was 9 months along at the time. She was booked for reckless driving in November
Yes, she's a woman. Yeah.
2025.
She hit me, I didn't yell. I don't remember what I yelled, but I'm like, what are you doing? Something like that.
Carrico's other victim was a man arrested in January of this year for domestic violence.
Where, like, I was already, like, restrained.
And just want to say that the force that I've used in these incidents was the amount of force needed to overcome the resistance of that. I think the video looks really ugly.
Tried to say that was the amount of force that she needed to use in order to get them under control. Now you got Carrico that says, I think the video looks really ugly, but I will also say that I've never.
But I will say I've never once in my life open hand slapped or struck anybody.
Carrico explained her actions in a series of interviews with investigators.
And I know everything I did here is not perfect.
She know everything she did was not perfect. I know using profanity is obviously frowned upon and citizens shouldn't be cussed at and whatnot.
I know using profanity is obviously frowned upon and citizens shouldn't be, cussed at and whatnot. So I do believe that, I understand that. However, being in this career field since 2014, I have never been accused of excessive force.
Officer Carrico also mentioned this happened during a time of understaffing after she went on multiple emotionally taxing calls. She resigned from the department this month, and she was in court this week where she pleaded not guilty.
We will be following up on that case right there. You guys, you know how we do it over here. Let's double tap that screen and get those likes up to get many more people over here, because what we do, we go everywhere to bring you guys stuff that's happening. You guys saw that. Look at that. Crazy, ain't that? She needs the federal charge. She's just a little bully. Did the man cheat on her? No, that was just some dude that was getting locked up for he was getting locked up for domestic violence though. Cussing ain't what we're talking about. No, we're not talking about. She's trying to flip the script though, TMCEO. She's trying to flip the script to something else, trying to say cussing was not whatever. We're not talking about the cussing part. We're talking about that punch that you gave that pregnant lady to the face while you were on camera and didn't realize that you were on camera. And what else did you do to other people that didn't report it? How about that? Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, over to Houston. We got a construction worker that lost his life in South Houston in a work zone crash. The work vehicle backed up and hit him. Sad situation out here. So I got to give a lot of shout outs and praise to our construction workers. Yes, they may get paid well, some of them depending on where they're at, but also if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have a lot of our buildings, structures, and a lot of our stuff going on. Our rivers, lakes, a whole bunch of stuff that they got to get inside of in order to make these things happen.
We do want to get to some breaking news this morning. Houston police investigating a deadly work zone crash. This was on the Gulf Freeway. Police say this happened around 11 o'clock last night on the southbound side. This is near Dixie Farm Road exit. Investigators say a construction crew was closing lanes when a work vehicle backed up and hit a construction worker. That worker died at the scene. Police say the driver and a passenger stayed at that scene. All of the details, however, are still preliminary. We're definitely going to pray for the construction worker. We're definitely going to do that. But another thing we got to do right now, that was in yes, that was in Houston. We got to keep on moving because we got another one. We're going to do this at the same time. We're going to do it at the same time. We normally do this sometimes because this one is even worse. We have a 10-year-old who's been charged with murder and a deadly powwowing of an infant in North St. Louis. And now a 29-year-old has been arrested as well. Let's get into this right here, you guys. This is sad. We have new developments in the shooting that left a baby in North St. Louis dead. Hours ago, prosecutors charged a 10-year-old who they say pulled the trigger with murder. Police say a 19-year-old is also facing gun charges. I'm sorry, 19, yeah. The announcements came hours after police identified the 7-month-old baby. 5 York Side's Reagan DeTrolio tells us outraged community advocates hope their calls for change don't fall on deaf ears. Summertime nonsense, y'all. Look at this. A baby, 10-year-old charged with the murder of a. This is crazy right here. This is a very sad and unfortunate incident. This is a 7-month-old baby that just never got to even begin to live life.
7-month-old girl Kiyomi Parker died after being shot at a home here on North Broadway Friday afternoon around 4 p.m. Two people, a 10-year-old boy and a 19-year-old man, were taken into custody.
This is two lives that will be, change forever.
Precious Jones' son died from gun violence a few years back. Now she's fighting to save others from the same fate.
These types of incidents can be prevented.
There's free gun locks provided at every St. Louis public library, including this one in the Baden neighborhood, just a couple blocks off from where shots were fired.
The library is not the first place you think of to get a gun lock, but they are available for free if you need them. Just so you know, they're saying that you can go get a gun lock at the library. Did you know that, guys? You can go to the library. Ain't that smart? Because it's like, you know what, we care about the kids, so take this gun lock. That's crazy right there. That's serious, you know that? You also need a trigger lock as well. And then somewhere that you're gonna have to put this thing as well. And then smart parents and really up to par parents actually train their children how to handle weapons so that they know not to play with them. Let's keep moving forward, you guys. Let's go.
Librarian Amy Brown tells me gun locks are now more accessible than ever.
Just walk up to any circulation desk and ask for a gun lock.
But there's other ways to get a gun lock.
Whoa. We ain't going back there. We ain't going back there, scrubby dub. We know what that's about. Don't even try it. Sit down, eat your slice of pizza, and be quiet. We ain't going back there. Wait a minute. Make sure I'm still moving around over here because you know how sensitive they are to stuff. Yeah, let me make sure you guys. Whoa, you guys knew what it was about? We ain't talking about that story no more because you know we ain't going back there again. They mess around and say, he's got a blah community. No, man, no. Come, stop playing with us. Let's keep on moving forward now. Let's go. We got to pray for these two situations here. Want to pray for the construction worker in the preceding video. Also want to pray for the, what is this, a 7-month-old that lost her life to nonsense, you guys. That's the sad part about it. Nonsense and improper security of a weapon. You guys, please make sure that your weapons are stored correctly. And if you do have it, don't have it loaded and one in the head and all of that crazy stuff, especially if you guys have children. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, I caught that one quick. Soon as they tried it. Lucky I should have caught it even faster. Amen. Yeah, we're not playing around with that no more. We got to get on over to South Carolina, though. Anybody know about this Alex Murdaugh case that they're about to revamp and start the trial over again? Yeah, they're about to start this trial all over again because they're saying that the trial, something wrong about the last trial. So now we got to get into see what's going on with the Alex Murdaugh retrial. They're trying to say it's going to be somewhere in the fall, but in reality, in trying to get preparation and everything, we're looking more into probably next year.
This morning, Alec Murdaugh expected back in a South Carolina courtroom for the first time in more than 2 years. As the once prominent and powerful attorney accused of killing his wife Maggie and youngest son Paul could get a date for his retrial.
Guilty?
It comes after his double murder conviction was overturned last month, when South Carolina's Supreme Court ruled Murdaugh's right to a fair trial was violated, citing jury interference by then court clerk Becky Hill, who the High Court said placed her fingers on the scales of justice by telling jurors deliberations shouldn't take long and suggesting they watch Murdaugh's body language when he testified.
I didn't shoot my wife or my son anytime, ever.
At trial, prosecutors painted a picture of a man so desperate to cover up financial crimes and to maintain the integrity of his well-to-do family's name that he carried out the 2021 killings on the family's sprawling ranch to garner public sympathy. But his defense has pointed to a lack of evidence, and Murdaugh has maintained his innocence even after conviction. The case has been the focus of multiple true crime docs and series.
It's all on.
Winter says this is close to where we live in. That county is paying millions of dollars for these trials, and it's a poor county. Wow.
Against it's a fall from grace.
Now, with a new trial on the horizon, Murdaugh's legal team is asking for the case to be moved to a new jurisdiction and could introduce new witnesses and evidence, telling this to Craig last month on Today.
Is there a new working theory about if it was not Alec, who it could have been?
We do have information that's been provided to us
Since the trial.
And there frankly a lot of people out there who believe in Alec's innocence.
Murdaugh's lawyers have already asked the court to have unidentified male DNA, previously found under Maggie's fingernail, undergo an independent analysis, something the judge would have to agree to before trial. As the now 58-year-old Murdaugh, who is still serving a separate 40 years for his financial crimes, looks to clear his name of murder.
Still got to do that 48, buddy. The first 48 got to go. I mean, that's a good title for that. Even if you get off Alex Murdaugh, you still got to deal with the first 48 in the first 48 hours. It is vital to get. You guys know what I'm talking about. That was a crazy case right there, especially with all of the information that came out. If you were following the Alex Murdaugh case, I don't know what part was more intense for you, but the most intense parts for me were when he had like friends, people that knew him for years that said that they couldn't believe the way that he had scammed them and what was that? Stole and Ponzi schemed them for their money that they worked hard for. That was the main part that was really bad about it. The legal aspects were just another thing. But I tell you one thing, it was action packed. You know what we're doing right now? We got to get on over to Mexico. I have a question for you guys. Do you like to go out in the water and swim and be a part of everything that's going on? I have no problem with that. But all I'm going to tell you guys to do is make sure you're doing it in the daytime. You don't know these places, you don't know these different countries. Make sure if you go on vacation, first of all, you're trying to get back safe with all of your limbs, hopefully, and your life. That's right, you guys. Don't go out there trying to experiment and doing stuff that you don't know what you're supposed to be doing. We got a situation where a 28-year-old man who's been dragged out to sea and lost his life by a crocodile in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go.
Crocodile attack at a popular vacation destination in Mexico. A 28-year-old man losing his life after being dragged out to sea at a beach. Victor Kindo has that story for us. Good morning to you, Victor.
Now, I've never been to a beach where they had a crocodile warning sign. I think I'm not even going to that beach. Why, Bugatti? Because that means even if you're laying out trying to get some sun, you can get caught up. Because they like to get out and get sun too, don't they?
Good morning, Robin. Just a horrific scene. We spoke with a couple that heard this man scream. They rushed to help, but say it was too late. This morning, we're hearing the terrifying first-hand accounts of a deadly crocodile attack during the middle of a vacation paradise.
This truly was the most horrific thing.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Was that a crocodile at night? Just like chilling? Ooh, look at that, y'all. That's like you go to the beach to just hang out. I'm gonna walk on the beach with my wife and we're just gonna hold hands. La da da, la da ah. Yeah, crocodile just come. Ah, oh man, I'm good. You guys see this? This is night vision right here. This is at nighttime. The freaks come out at night. Freaks come out.
The most horrific thing I've ever seen. We heard screaming from the ocean. We thought someone was stuck in a rip current. And it wasn't until we got in the water that someone told us there were crocodiles and that a croc had him.
It happened Friday afternoon.
They ain't found out until they got in the water. Y'all heard that? We ain't found out until we got in the water that it was a crocodile that just took somebody out. What's wrong with that sentence? What the hell are you still doing in the water?
Near the Marriott Puerto Vallarta Resort and Spa in Mexico, local officials say 28-year-old man was on the beach when this crocodile dragged him to sea.
At one point, you could see the crocodile around his thigh. And when he would turn, you could see how massive the crocodile was and how big his body and his tail was.
Jamie Yetter and Chris Murray racing to help before the men disappeared.
The water was very murky. Like when you're in it up to your knees, you can't see your feet. And the man was in the water at that point, struggling. There was nothing really on the beach to help him. What we did have in the pool was a life preserver. So I threw that to him. But he was in shock.
The resort is located near a river and estuaries where the reptiles are known to be spotted and where the victim was later found dead.
What you mean winterize and say y'all do know that Florida has crocodiles, right? What? I didn't know that. Where? Have a seat. Welcome to the Our Bottom Line show. No matter where you sit on political spectrum, you're welcome here. We all are absolutely diving into current news and sharing diverse viewpoints. As you can see, nobody else reported this.
This sign is posted on the beach, but the California couple says the hotel did not warn them of the potential risk of crocodiles in the area.
Wait a minute. You see that stingray sign over there too? And somebody also said, yo, Bugatti, you didn't see that jellyfish sign? I'm thankful for it. Yeah, I saw that too. So now you got crocodile, jellyfish, and stingray, and you still getting in the water at night? I'm good. No, thank you.
It's a nature issue, right? Nature is going to do what it's going to do.
Experts say that an attack like this is rare. We just heard from Marriott saying in a statement, in part, safety and security of their guests is their top priority. They have appropriate signage as well as night patrolling and red flags to indicate caution in the area. Their thoughts are with this individual and their family.
Damn, we been snatched you out of the water, boy. Crocodiles, crocodile. They got alligators walking around mad big, knocking on people's doors out in Miami. Especially if you live in a house near water or a lake or something like that. You guys better be careful. And they love to come out and get in the sun. They love to be sunning. So you could be driving your car. Next thing you know, you roll up on an alligator in Miami. I mean, in Florida. Tell me I'm lying, you guys. What do jellyfish eat those people? We have alligators in South Carolina, but crocodiles are a whole nother game. Oh, you ain't never lie. Shit, I think an alligator scared of a crocodile. I'll tell you the truth. I think an alligator is scared of a crocodile. Crocodile do not play. Only crocodile I used to like was called Chocodile. Anybody remember Chocodile? Anybody remember the Chocodile from back in the days? That's the only thing I'm messing around with called a chocodile, anything. Maybe a chocodile, but not a crocodile. Let's get on over to Jacksonville. You wondering what's going on with this face behind us, right? This glamorous looking, beautiful, you know what I'm saying, role model. There she is, Miss America. Not exactly, not exactly. We got a former Putnam County person that's been locked up and she gonna be in jail for a while. Watch your head. Y'all see it. She still got the cuffs on right there. That's right after she put that after she was in the back of the car like this, looking at that Chinese restaurant over there like, no some dumb goy for me. Looking at that pizza spot right there. Yeah, after you get locked up, you look at all that stuff on that last ride in, you guys. You never really realize that's gonna be that ride in for a long time. And you won't be able to get those meals, those little delicacies that you can get when you're free. But let's keep on moving forward because I want to tell you about this former Putnam County lady that's been arrested because she was sharing information on Snapchat. That's right. Perfect place to do it, you guys. Sensitive information to be on top of that. And guess what? Not only sensitive information, but to drug dealers. That's right, drug traffickers. You guys, so it gets worse, and it gets worse. And as you guys can see, that's a mug shot. So they don't even know when they're letting her out. It's gonna be a while before you get some 4 chicken wings and fried rice, boo. It's gonna be a little while before you can get yourself a pizza pie. So hey, hunker down and just deal with what you got to deal with. Let's see what's going on in this story over here.
Putnam County Clerk faces 17 felony charges after the sheriff's office says that she released confidential information to drug traffickers through Snapchat. The Putnam County Sheriff, Gator Deloach, says investigations indicate that 33-year-old Jabaria Cartos is responsible for compromising between 60 and 80 criminal cases so far. Action News Jack's Casey Stone explains detectives are still looking into her relationship with the suspected drug dealers.
We asked the Putnam County Sheriff if this could be considered organized crime, and he wasn't able to tell us much. But he did say there's a possibility that Curtis could have been getting paid.
She placed sworn law enforcement officers in grave danger.
The Putnam County Sheriff's Office arrested former County Clerk Jabria Cardos after they suspect she released highly confidential information to drug traffickers.
I would like to point out the hat head going on here. We have to get the pointer. We have to take out the pointer for this, you guys. I actually use this for like electronic wiring to hide it. But we're going to be utilizing this today for the hat head. I have a question. I see a bit of separation going on here. I need you guys to help me out. What's going on when it comes to the area between here and right there? What's all of this right there? Is that new growth, or would you call that her hair and then the weaver thing? That's right. Is that a weave or a wig or something like that going on? Because we've got questions over here in the comments. Again, you guys, I want to know something. This seems to be some sort of style that they got going on where they try to give you the 52 fake out, like that's actually their hair. My question is that a weave or something? What's going on with this one's do over here?
The sheriff's office says they discovered this breach after several suspected drug dealers have been tipped off about their imminent arrest ahead of an operation. Shortly after, County Sheriff Gator Deloach says they recovered a screenshot that clearly displayed a confidential arrest warrant on a computer screen. In one exchange, the sheriff says Cardos wrote, quote, "I get to keep the hood informed," with a laughing emoji after sending approximately 20 screenshots related to the operation.
So she's sending out posts on Snapchat talking about I get to keep the hood informed. Wow! Do you hear what this stunter done said?
This was not a careless mistake. It was not poor judgment. It was a deliberate betrayal of the public's trust. She increased the likelihood that evidence would disappear, witnesses could potentially be intimidated, and dangerous offenders would evade accountability.
The sheriff's office says Cardos now faces 17 felony counts of obstructing a criminal investigation after more than 60 cases were compromised. But they say they expect those numbers to rise.
We'll follow every lead and identify every affected case, and we'll hold every person accountable whose actions compromise this confidential information and placed lives in danger.
Cardos was released on a $200,000 bond just 2 days after her arrest. We went to her house to see if she had anything to say about the accusations, but no one answered the door.
Talk about Little House.
Putnam County Clerk of Courts Matt Reynolds says he hopes she gets the maximum punishment the law allows.
She now faces the full force of the justice system that she once worked to support.
We'll continue to keep you updated.
Well, hopefully somebody will get behind her and be like, this is what's going on with your case. Hey, give you some information on your case. See how stupid that was? They don't know if she was making money behind it, if she was down with them or whatever, but you know what we're going to do over here. We're going to keep you updated on what's going on with that. Thank you so much, you guys. Let's keep moving forward. Also, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that notification bell down there. You see that button right there that says subscribe? Hit that subscribe. Come on and be a part of the show. You guys double tap that screen, get those likes up, because if we can get up to 400 people, we'll be sending out 6 keychains and 6 decals to 12 different people that email me at bridgethisllc@gmail.com. Got to get those likes up to 400 though. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen. Hey, Mary Tanner, also, we put up a post earlier, right before we were supposed to come on. Guess what? They wouldn't let us put it up for June the 30th. All of a sudden, they were putting it up for July the 30th. Let me tell you something. Sometimes it's not us. We've been doing this for a number of years right now, so we do realize that the app actually does glitch sometimes. It's not always us. So yeah, we had a couple of glitches going on earlier. I said I wanted to come on at 6 o'clock, right? They put it down to 6:05. Let me show you something. When you get to select the time on YouTube, just to let you know, they only do it by the hour. They don't let you select half hour. So if I say I want to come on and do a show, it's got to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't be 5:30, 5:40. You can't select it like that. That's the only way that you can actually do it is by the solid hour. So normally we come on at 6 o'clock. What did we do this morning? We went to check. Why does this thing say July the 30th? We're still in June. So okay, had to bring all of that down and bring it right back up and put all of the new heading in, write everything over. So of course, maybe people were still stuck on that stream and they were probably wondering what was going on. So that could have been part of the glitch as well. But just to let you know, they were glitching, Big Brother, and it could be a part of Venom probably taking his last parts of us off of him. You get what I'm saying? Because we were under constraint. So it's probably the last parts of the crap that they're finally letting go when it comes down to the BS that we were under. But guess what? We're back. We're 100% channels here. We're doing what we're supposed to do, bringing you guys updated content, trending topics, and much, much more. I got some more content to bring you guys right now out of Kentucky. We're going to get on over to Cumberland County. We got this county, this community that faces severe flood damage. Let's go see what's going on over here. We got to follow up with all of the places because it's not just one city, one state, you guys. We're worldwide out here. Let's go.
First, we turn to the destruction in Kentucky. Liz DeSantis walks us
This
through
is crazy.
one of the most heavily damaged counties.
This is a common sight in Cumberland County today. Road crews are working to clear a mudslide off a road. County officials tell me several bridges have been impacted, and it's going to be a long road towards recovery. The floodwaters have started to fall, but in some parts of Cumberland County, the worst may not be over.
Now you're about to see someone's backyard turn into Cry Me a River. This is how bad it is.
Officials say the river is expected to crest Sunday night, keeping crews on alert even as the cleanup begins.
Let's hope it is that we've seen the worst of all of it. You know, that's what I'm hoping for.
For one family, the flood has already changed daily life. With their bridge ripped away, the only way home is down a ladder across the riverbed and back up the other side.
Both of our vehicles are trapped for I don't know how long now.
They're far from alone. Across the county, powerful floodwaters rip.
Do you guys see this? This is the roadways. This is the rivers taking over the roadways in Kentucky. Like, give me that land. We need that for this river over here. Look at this flood.
Bridges, washed away roads, and triggered mudslides, leaving some neighborhoods completely cut off. As the waters surged, emergency crews rushed to save lives. Officials say 2 people were pulled to safety during swift water rescues.
There's been a lot of people lost everything. Bright prayers and thoughts go out to them and hoping that we're praying for them.
Now, the focus is shifting to recovery. Crews are assessing damaged roads, clearing debris, and trying to restore access to families who can't drive to their homes.
Just hang in there. We're out working. We're doing the best we can do, and we'll get to you. You know, we're doing everything we can.
With entire bridges gone and miles of roadway damaged, local leaders say the recovery will take time.
So that's where you guys saw that water that I showed you. That's where that water was at and the damage. This is the aftermath right here in Cumberland, Kentucky.
County officials tell me they plan to hold a special meeting Monday morning at 7 a.m. to try to figure out a plan of how they're going to deal with all of this damage moving forward. For now, reporting in Burkesville, Liz DeSantis, News 2.
Keep on moving forward, you guys. And you know what we got to do over here. We want to pray for happiness, first of all. I want to pray because I'm happy that people didn't lose their lives and there was no death count. I want to pray for that. I know that we can always rebuild. I feel sad that the people lost their properties. A lot of them lost their properties. They lost their land, and a lot of them don't know what they're gonna do. At least they can try to rebuild and try to be and come back together again. Hopefully, the state and the city will be able to come together to help them, and hopefully, they really had some serious flood insurance. This may make a lot of people think twice about where they move and the possibilities of doing some research on certain areas, as well as making sure that you have the proper insurances for things that may go along in those areas and regions that you move into. I want to pray for the families and everybody who have to deal with this. Well, I want to give them some strength when it comes down to staying together, as well as mental strength as well, because they're going to need it. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward. We're going to get on over to Lancaster County following a home invasion and an robbery, which escalated into a car jewel-snacking and an kidnapping, is what the police are saying. We go everywhere, you guys. Come on, let's get on over to Lancaster to see what's going on over here. Let's see what's up. Let's go.
This morning, we are following an investigation into a home invasion and robbery in Warwick Township, Lancaster County.
Cameron Loakley is joining us live along Route 772 in that township. And Cameron, what have you seen in that neighborhood where this happened?
Yeah, Matt Caitlin, we actually drove into that neighborhood a little under a
Not even funny. Somebody's laughing at Next Up Air Insurance, that one song, Don't Sleep. Don't sleep. They might give us, they already got what is it? Sky real estate for high rises and stuff like that. Why wouldn't they have air insurance? They already charge us for water.
half hour ago. And as soon as we got in there, we spotted a police officer who actually flagged us down. He was holding a rifle and let us know that they were searching for a reportedly armed suspect.
Hold up, let's go back on this one.
This morning, we are following an investigation into a home invasion and robbery in Warwick Township, Lancaster County.
Cameron Loakley is joining us live along Route 772 in that township. And Cameron, what have you seen in that neighborhood where this happened?
Yeah, Matt Caitlin, we actually drove into that neighborhood a little under a half hour ago. And as soon as we got in there, we spotted a police officer who actually flagged us down. He was holding a rifle and let us know that they were searching for a reportedly armed suspect in the area. That right down there, that is Edgewood Drive, the area where this reported home invasion actually took place just last night. Now, we did get in touch with dispatch. They let us know that they were searching for a suspect related to that case. In the meantime, we have seen a number of police cars actually come out of that neighborhood, around 10 so far. So we are going to check in with them and see if any progress has been made in the meantime. But I'll let you know a little bit more about this case that they were investigating. Police say that they responded a little before 7 o'clock last night to a home on Edgewood Drive in Warwick Township. That's where they say that they arrived to find an active and unfolding incident with two suspects attempting to flee the scene. Police say that one of those people actually shot at responding officers. That person was arrested not long after. Meanwhile, the other suspect allegedly used a gun to carjack someone nearby and made them drive to the Reading area. Police say that the owner of that vehicle is okay and that the owner had reportedly called police soon after the suspect had left that vehicle.
Yeah, but be careful about that one, you guys. I know, hopefully they get down to the bottom of this and see what's going on and we get more information in this Lancaster case. I'd like to say something about what Miss J is trying to say here when they're shutting down Rikers Island and the kid mayor is really on one. You guys, you know when they shut down one thing, they already have preparation for other things. Don't be surprised if a lot of people wind up where? In privatized prisons and in all of these little small places that they're going to be able to what? Benefit from. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because we got to get on over to this FAA situation in Texas. They're investigating a Boeing 777. This is pretty scary and daring. I don't know what they were thinking about when they did this. This plane was flying scary. I'm talking about low to the ground, 25 feet away from the ground. It was printed with Qatar on the plane, but it was supposedly it just got bought by another company. They don't like the way that it was taken off, and I actually don't even like the way that it was taken off myself either. I don't know what's going on with these new pilots, these flights, these airplanes, but there needs to be an entire revamp and a real concentration set when it comes down to training, retraining, and making sure that all of these pilots know what they're doing. Let's double tap that screen. Last thing we did was we went over to Air Canada and we found a guy who didn't even have the right credentials that was flying planes. Check out this Air Qatar plane right here. Not guitar, Qatar. Come on, guys, check this out. Let's open the screen up. I don't want you to miss any parts of this craziness.
There's a real mystery in Texas. Why was a Boeing 777 flying extremely low, just about 25 feet above the runway, one of its wings nearly scraping the ground, and what the FAA is now saying tonight? Here's Morgan Norwood with the pictures.
Tonight, this social media video showing a Boeing 777 plane flying dangerously low to the ground, prompting an FAA investigation. Pay close attention to the right wing of the plane, nearly hitting the ground as it buzzes over a private airport in Horseshoe Bay, Texas. Flight Radar 24 data showing the plane was less than 25 feet off the ground. The pilot telling air traffic control it was doing a low approach. The aircraft, though painted with Qatar Airlines branding, was recently converted to a cargo plane by private owner Jetran LLC. The company saying the plane was conducting a low-cost flight in a manner that does not reflect operational standards.
It goes so low that you almost scrape the belly of the aircraft, and when you turn, you almost scrape the wingtip. That's
You saw that right there. Somebody says, stay out of Boeings. They were put together with scraps.
dangerous.
And David, aviation experts warned this pilot's maneuver was essentially a form of showing off, saying the plane's wingtip was just feet away from a potential catastrophe. David?
Yeah, that was alarming, Morgan. Thanks.
Yeah, that's crazy. Somebody said there's training wheels for planes. I don't think so. Not only that, but he's lucky and so happy that nobody got hurt and they were converting that plane into cargo. But I definitely want you guys to see they need to take the name off of that cargo plane too, right? Because now it's got false information leading us to believe that it was a Qatar plane. That's why I said that, you guys. And that also has another thing bearing on that too. They should mandatorily make all of these planes make sure that they have the the proper identification before they even take flight. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's get on over to Charlotte. We got to get on over to North Carolina, you guys, Mooresville, where taxpayers spent $71,000 fighting the release of the mayor's closed circuit television video, where it seems to show him in his office in an evening wearing no pants. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. So it seems like they're fighting to try to not get this information out. While again, situation just like Alex Murdaugh, you guys just said, the county is paying for it. Let's keep on moving forward. Double tap that screen and pull your pants up, Mayor.
Tens of thousands of taxpayer dollars spent on a lawsuit just so video of a local mayor won't be released. The WBTV investigating team was the first to reveal Mooresville Mayor Chris Carney's late night trip to town hall. We now know the video shows him there after hours with a woman and without his pants on.
Come on, baby. You want to see how power is? I'm going to take you back to the office to let you see where my desk is at. We're going to do it on the desk. Yeah, you was drunk and ripped that night, took her to the wrong place, my friend. It's all on video. Guess what? Yeah.
BTV investigative reporter David Hodges joins us live in studio with an update of where the lawsuit stands here at WBTV to get this video. David?
Yeah, well, after Mooresville officials refused to release the CCTV footage that we requested, WBTV filed a lawsuit to get it last year. In April, a judge ruled the town had to release the footage, but then town commissioners voted to appeal that ruling. I wanted to find out.
They getting freaky deaky when it come down to law, you guys. Law and disorder. Y'all gonna go to Pornhub in a little bit on the hub, or what's the other one called? I'm acting like I don't know. The other ones, all the other sites, y'all gonna see a new video called Law and Disorder. And then it's gonna be just like the other one with the judge who got caught with the other guy and they was yelling in the back room. Ah, ah, ah. People were walking by like, what's going on in there? Yeah, man, he was getting his rights to help you not remain silent, Judge, Your Honor.
How much taxpayer money they were spending just to fight us in court and not release this footage. So I filed a record request for those invoices. Town has spent nearly $72,000 paying outside attorneys to fight this case, a case so far they have been losing. Thousands have been billed for research, court preparation, and representation during depositions. And with the town appealing the judge's ruling from April, this amount is only likely to increase. So do we know yet when the appeals court's going to issue a ruling in the case? We do not, unfortunately. I hope it's soon, but we're still waiting for transcripts of all the proceedings in trial court to get finalized. And then once they do, attorneys work on the briefs. And then the appeals court could even want to do an oral argument hearing, which is what we've done before when we sued the city of Charlotte. So there's really no way of knowing right now.
So what else are you watching out for in your investigation?
We're gonna follow up with that ourselves to see what's happening with this case and see where it goes. Because he got caught, like we said, you guys, with his pants down. Let's get on over to Detroit, you guys. We got another situation where parents are charged in the loss of life of a 7-year-old boy. You guys are not gonna believe this. We call this abuse before it even gets to anything else. This 7-year-old boy weighed 255 pounds. He was bedridden and neglected, living in complete filth. He's no longer alive, you guys, and his parents locked up, and I think they need to get life. Real talk on this one. Let's get on their way and see what's going on in Detroit.
A 7-year-old boy bedridden, neglected, unable to speak, weighing an unbelievable 255 pounds. Good evening. I'm Jessica Dupnack. It is a heartbreaking story out of the Flint area tonight. The boy's parents now charged with murder. A warning: the details of this story are very hard to hear. This is the only recent photo of 7-year-old Casper.
Come on, you guys. We can get those likes up. I see you, Kendra Walker, calling the people out. We got people in here, 252, and the likes are at 218. I already told you guys, if we can get those likes up to 400, you guys got decals coming out. I know even if it's not enough people in here, go ahead and push it to the limit. That, like the song says, push it to the limit. The maximum amount of people are in here. Let's double tap that screen, get those likes up, because yes, we will be sending out the Our Bottom Line decal keychain, and all you got to do is peel that blue off of there to reveal a brand new keychain. Also, we got the decals coming out to 6 people as well. So 6 and 6, but we got to get it up to 400 when we're talking about those likes. All you guys got to do, double tap that screen. We're almost more than halfway there. And guess what? Just because that many people are not here, once they start seeing that, more people are going to come over. So you can affect the algorithm right now. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. That's actually why I'm doing this, to get those numbers up and get more people knowing that we're back in effect, baby. Sad part about this story is this baby was only 7 years old. He was 255 pounds, could not go to school. How did they know? Because they were basically lying and making excuses for this situation here. And now the parents are now finally charged with murder, torture, and the loss of life of this 7-year-old. And you can see for a 7-year-old, he's too big to have that much weight on him.
O'Brien, when he died, he weighed 255 pounds, bedridden, neglected, living in complete filth.
The paramedics went into the house to try to revive the child, and the township police wrote in their police report they couldn't even go in the house because there wasn't any additional room.
His parents, Damien and Jessica O'Brien, called 911 last November to their Flint Township home. Casper wasn't breathing. He died at the hospital of a heart muscle disease compounded by being morbidly obese. His little sister was rescued the day he died.
When the police arrived, the 5-year-old little girl was running around naked. And for lack of a better term, she was like a feral child.
The parents, the O'Briens, are now charged with second-degree murder, torture, and child abuse. Genesee County Prosecutor David Layton says Casper was nonverbal and likely on the autism spectrum, but neither child received medical care. What investigators can't understand, Mom and Dad both worked and had health insurance for the family.
They knew enough to call the veterinarian the very morning that the child went into arrest because the dog was sick, but yet they don't take the kids to the doctor. Doesn't
So they call the veterinarian, but not take the kid to the doctor.
make any sense to me.
Now, that 5-year-old little girl was immediately taken from the home by Children's Protective Services when this all happened last November. She is currently in temporary foster care.
Oh my God, terrible tragedy situation right there. Want to pray for that 7-year-old soul, the baby, the little boy. Never even had a chance to really live his life. Morbidly obese. The sister was running around. They said like she was feral, meaning that she had no control. They didn't have anything, no clothes on her, no nothing. Just living in the times of whatever's around her. And luckily just got out of there safe before, like didn't have the same fate as her brother. These are the children that we pray for. These are the people that we want to come to justice. And we thank the Lord that at least one of them got out of there safe. Amen, Lord. Let's go. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now, yes, we've only got what, 4 more days, you guys? 4 more days to the 4th of July. Yes, you guys, what are you going to be doing? What are your plans? Do you guys plan on doing any fireworks? Or you got any barbecues going on? Anybody traveling? I mean, like, I know the cost of food is up, so getting out there with hot dogs and ribs and steaks and stuff like that on the barbecue grill, it doesn't seem like something that a lot of people are going to be doing. Also, they say in many places it's going to be very hot. So let me know what you guys are going to be doing for this 250th celebration that we have coming up, you guys. That's right, 250. What do you guys think about that? Congratulations to the United States of America. We got a lot of situations going on with fireworks are going to be boom, boom, booming all around. People are going to be going to see a lot of different events and stuff. All I want to say to you guys is be very safe and have a great celebration and anniversary. Let's go. Let's keep on moving. Too hot out for me out there with no AC. Relaxing. America broke at 250. Wow, that's a good one right there. Yolanda, who said that? Field Generic CTC says America is broke at 250. Wow, you're talking about monetary wise? Let's see what's going on with the fireworks.
Well, Americans are getting ready to mark a major milestone with a bang. The country's 250th birthday is expected to drive explosive fireworks sales coast to coast.
Kendra going to SC.
The goal is to celebrate big without anybody getting hurt. Let's bring in Alex Zolden and Ron Zolden, co-vice president.
Hey Kendra, you better be careful because you say that you're going to AC and Winter says take me to the river because it's hot down in SC. Hot in SC in the Carolinas.
Getting hurt. Let's bring in Alex Zolden and Ron Zolden, co-vice presidents of Phantom Fireworks. I imagine it's a very busy time for your business. It's good of you to spend some time with us right now. What are you guys looking forward to as the nation celebrates 250 years? Alex, let's start with you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. As you can see behind me, I'm here at our Shrewsbury, Pennsylvania store, and we have a lot of chaos going on. There's
in New York, fireworks are illegal, but in a lot of other states, they aren't.
Customers stocking up, ready to have a lot of family fun. And, I'm excited to see all the happy people. It's really once a year, and people love it. People are happy and looking forward to it.
Are people filling their shopping baskets more this year because of the sesquicentennial? I mean, the big number that we've got to celebrate.
Yeah, I think it's just in the air. Everybody's talking about it. Driving down the road, I could see fireworks going off last night. I think everybody's got the itch.
Also, you guys be careful because I see somebody said something very important in the comments. We got a lot of older dogs out here. We got a lot of dogs, period. You know, when it comes down to the fireworks, some of them can actually go see the fireworks, but of course, some of them can't. We want to maybe try to comfort them in these days if you do have animals, because I do remember that. My dog used to go nuts when it was M80s and skyrockets and all of that. He used to be like, what's going on with this? I have yet to find a dog that likes fireworks. I got to be honest with you guys. And guess what? Happy 250th. Let's keep on moving forward. Sad story. We had to break it up a little bit. What you're seeing right here is a 14-year-old girl who drowns in the Detroit River after jumping in to try and save her little cousin. Sad situation right here, you guys. Let's get into it. Let's go. Double tap that screen because this was a devastating drowning.
Now to devastation rippling through a Detroit family. This after a graduation celebration at Harris Gentry Park turned to a tragedy. A 14-year-old girl drowning in the Detroit River after going in the water to save her little cousin. Crews searched the river for hours on Saturday before recovering her body late in the night. Amina's heartbroken father is now opening up to 7 News Detroit reporter Tierra Braddock as he's forced to mourn his little girl. The father of the young girl who was pulled out of the Detroit River is speaking out as his family deals with unimaginable pain. He is also recounting the heartbreaking moments that led up to her death.
My daughter was my baby girl. She was my everything. So right now, the people that you love, you got to cherish them. You got to make sure because we never know.
Glenn Bradley lost his 14-year-old daughter, Amina Bradley, on Saturday after she drowned in the Detroit River. Glenn says his family was at a graduation party at Harris Gentry Park, and Amina and her 9-year-old cousin went by the water. He says her little cousin fell in, and Amina went in to save her.
Yeah, Amina, she loved the water. I take her to
that one song says I had to save 2 people at the Kern River before. God bless you, Kern. I mean, that one for being there.
She swam, different things like this. They play games, different things like that. Just in a river, in that type of setting, the current, it pulls you out.
Bystanders were able to get the 9-year-old cousin out of the water. Glenn says he went into the water to help his daughter, but wasn't able to save her.
Her last words was, "Dad, help me." She looked at me, and when I went out there, she disappeared. She went under and never came back up. Somebody had to save me because I was drowning.
Glenn says Amina's death has been very hard on her siblings as well.
Her last words were, "Dad, save me." He said somebody had to save him because he was drowning. after she went under the last time.
Everybody tore up, you know, but they maintained it up.
And when it comes to how he wants his daughter to be remembered, Glenn says Amina loved her family and wanted to be a scientist when she grew up.
The pain is beautiful once you go through. You know, so at the end of the day, my daughter, she was a warrior. She had a beautiful heart. She had the most beautiful smile.
On the city's east side, Tierra Brett. Now,
Sad situation right there. And yes, people in the comments are calling her a hero. I do believe that she's a hero as well. And the father's a hero as well for trying to save her. The current was too strong for her. And like he said, he's lucky that they had to go in there and get him out of there. I like to pray for the beautiful 14-year-old that lost her life in this situation. I like to tell people, please be careful, especially in these currents, in these certain areas. These rivers that get reported a lot, as well as we've been reporting this a lot this season, because a lot of people go out into the water. There's a lot of people vacationing. Please don't let the kids go out there by themselves. Pay attention on the beaches, and please try to only go into the water. Believe it or not, when there's a lifeguard on duty, because they have a lot of things, they have a lot of ways to get you out of there and save you, and you'd rather let someone know that has a profession of doing that to help you out and your children. Don't let your kids get in that water either if there's nobody on the beach or you're watching them. Amen. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Sad situation right there. Well, you got to keep on moving forward in life, and we got to get better with things, and we have to learn from our mistakes, you guys. And guess what? You guys waited long enough. Yes, it's Tuesday, but it's still time for the health and wellness section. We get to every part of the body, every different situation as far as securing the body, staying healthy, carcinogens, microplastics, talking about different toxins. We talk about, let's say, the different ingredients that they put in foods, in soda, in washing detergents, in perfumes. We go everywhere. We cover every single thing. We have a couple of people that we always go to that always give us these updates information. I personally like to go to doctors' channels, because why? They always seem to give you something more, just a little something extra, something that we never looked at on the surface, like how to make your brain stronger, what to eat to keep your brain strong, good things for the kidneys, what are the good items and things that you should eat, real foods that are good for your liver, things like that. And what else? How to sleep well, and also different things like affirmations. We even work out here. You guys know what we do in the health and wellness section. So without any further ado, we've talked about other parts of the body. How about we talk about the hair, you guys? Y'all want to know how I keep my hair all spinning and curly and everything like that? Well, let me tell you the truth. I just wash it, and I use shea butter. Sometimes I'll use, let's say, coconut oil. Sometimes I may use some dep. I don't know what do they call it? Not dep, but let's say holding gel. I use holding gel too, believe it or not, because sometimes the curls get kind of crazy, especially when it flares up. Whatever works for you works for you. But I will tell you this. Let's try to make sure it's as natural as possible, and that it's not going to hurt you with the byproducts that are in it. We deal with so many different things in our soaps, in our lotions, in our foods, in our detergents, that we can try to start breaking these things down to get less of these cancer causing things in our bodies. We have a lot of family and friends here who lost their lives from cancer, different things like diabetes. So we like to pay attention to everything, which is why we created the health and wellness section. So without any further ado, you guys, let's get into it right now. What are we going to do? I'm going to bring you guys into some hair situations. Let's see what's going on with some hair. I want to know what's going on with you guys' hair. That means your hair will become like this if you don't feed it. What are you talking about, Bugatti? How do you feed your hair? Anybody out here know how you feed your hair? Any ideas? I'm going to just come up with one off the top of my head. What's good for the hair? I don't know if I'm right on this one, but I'm going to just go for it. I'm going to say olive oil. What do you guys think? What is good for the hair? I'm talking about things to eat. What foods are good for the hair? Let me know, you guys. What do you guys think is good for your hair? I'm ready to cut my hair off, says Miss Keisha. Is it that hot, or you just don't like the way the style that it's in? Castor oil. That's a good one. I think you may be right. Vitamin E. Is that good for? Whoa, someone, oh, you guys been paying attention. Someone says eggs. I got that one song that says eggs. Liberty and Justice says castor oil. We got Guy and Elsa that says coconut oil. We've got eggs. I use castor oil, coconut oil. So if you guys know what's going to be good for your hair, does that mean we're going to start going towards those products that have these things in it? Better things that help out with keratin and things like that? Let's get into it in that case. What do you guys think? I'm gonna ask you guys. Let's see. We're gonna get right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go right into it right now because I don't even know. I'm gonna find out with you guys, and you guys are really slick because you see that egg coming into the picture right there, right? Good try. I saw it, and it's already up on the screen. But I love you, so I'll let you get away with it. Let's find out what good things. What foods are good for our hair. Let's get into it, you guys. Let's go. I fed sad hair healthy foods is the name of this little clip. I like to get these little clips because it's an animated way of showing us how we can just eat the right things for different parts of our bodies. And you guys are right. That was eggs. That's eggs. Salmon. Why she's looking like a witch right now, I have no idea. Hopefully she turns into something better, right? After we get the right type of foods in her. Eggs so far, and then we have salmon. Then we have spinach. Walnuts, nuts, berries. Ah, berries really did it. Seems like that berry juice and those fruits and those berry juices are really like the best things for us, you guys. I'm going to push us towards making our own at-home smoothies. Go ahead and use that ninja bullet in the kitchen, you guys. Start blending up some berries, some blueberries, strawberries. Make your own drinks. It's really good for you, especially with the antioxidants. So yes, that's right. Berries was the last one, and I fed my sad hair healthy food. So you guys saw that. We had eggs, we had salmon, we also had, did we see nuts? And we saw the strawberries. And then at the end of it, what was that? I think that was the berries, right? We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys. And yes, that's how we got to do it. Different things for different parts of the body. But guess what? That's not all. We got to eat other things to make our bodies healthy as well. So now what are we going to do? We got some more coming in from our friend, Dr. Eric Berg. We're going to talk about the healthiest foods that you need in your diet. Me, myself, I'm vegan. I have to find many different vitamins and many different things in order to get the nutrients and the proper balance that I have to that I eat. But that's just the way that it is for me because I have not been eating meat for so long. I do not recommend that for you guys though. If you want a proper, balanced, good meal that's going to help you out with the gut strength and the proper things, I would recommend grass-fed beef if you're not, vegan. I want to get into some things as far as like what's the definition of food? Because we talked about this before. We have a problem in the United States of America where we're not even eating real food. We're eating products. We're eating things that are on the shelf that are made up to make us believe that it's food, but it's not. Real food gives you vitamins. It gives you sorts of different things in it as far as minerals, things that the body can benefit from and grow from. Do you know that half of the food that's out there right now, you can't even really grow from it because there's no real vitamins in it? When you come down to the Eggo waffles, the chicken nuggets, the certain processed, ultra processed foods. We talked about this before, and it's very important why we have to get into it. Because when we talk about those ultra processed foods, we're talking about the stuff that doesn't give you energy, that doesn't help your tissues grow or repair. Food is supposed to help your body. It's supposed to give you energy. Have you ever eaten something and next thing you know you're tired? That's not because your stomach is processing. It's because what you may have eaten is not really something that you should have eaten. And your body's so busy processing that and you're not getting the real vitamins and sustenance from it. Let's get on into it, you guys, because this is one of the most important videos that I think we'll actually be covering today, especially when it comes down to our health and wellness section, you guys. I want you guys to see what's going on with this. This is the healthiest foods that you need in your diet. This will be coming in from Dr. Eric Berg, one of our favorites. The healthiest foods you need in your diet. You're going to be able to see this inside of the Discord once it's over. And let me know if you agree or disagree with what the doctor has to say. Let's go, you guys. It's time for the health and wellness section. Today's coverage is coming in from Dr. Eric Berg, DC, the healthiest food you need in your diet. Don't skip it. You're going to need this.
I'd like to discuss the absolute healthiest foods that you should be eating. Now, how do we figure this out? So let's just take a look at what the definition of food is.
This is very important, you guys. The definition of food. You serious, Bugatti? Yeah, because they're selling you products, not food. They're worrying about shelf life and making money. That's a product. They don't care about nutrients and vitamins and you getting something out of it.
Food is that which is eaten to sustain life, provide energy, and promote the growth and repair of tissue. So, if you eat something that doesn't sustain life, that doesn't give you energy, that doesn't help your tissues grow and repair, it's not food. And if we take a look at what foods create the most disease, well, ultra-processed foods. That's a real polite way of saying junk foods.
The sad part about it is a lot of our youth are growing up on nothing but ultra-processed foods. A lot of the young girls now, 20s and 30s, they don't even know how to cook a real balanced meal. They'll go get chicken nuggets, some French fries, something else that they'll dump out and they'll put that on a paper plate and call that a balanced meal for you. Meanwhile, everything on that plate, the plate is more, the food is more processed than the plate.
So before we get into the actual foods, what are ultra-processed foods? The word ultra means to be extreme. Processed, in the specialized definition of food, means something that has been altered using either chemical or mechanical or heat or other methods to change something into something else. And so they can start out with corn and turn that into something that doesn't even resemble corn. Okay.
Look at that. My sister's 35 years old and doesn't know how to cook cholesterol. You're right about that. How about I went to this one girl's house and I call her Side Sally. That's what I used to call her. You never get a balanced meal over there. You get some French fries and salad. What the hell? Are you crazy? And then it's not even a real salad. So I started calling this girl Side Sally. I'd get over there and bust it out. Real pot of rice, real this, real that. Kids be like, the hell going on in there? Don't even know what's going on. Stomach ain't even used to that type of stuff sticking to their ribs, really giving them nutrients and vitamins. You get what I'm saying? Fiber that's gonna fill you up.
That's ultra processed. And I don't know why they can even call this food because it doesn't sustain life. You can't live on it. It doesn't give you energy. It makes you tired. There are basically no nutrients except for the few synthetic nutrients that they spray on it.
So the Doritos and all of that crap, there's absolutely nothing good about that. The corn is even trash corn. The only thing that you're really getting out of it is whatever little vitamins and nutrients you're getting from the byproducts that they putting on there. We need to know this information, you guys. You got to get back to cooking real food. Boil some potatoes.
And it doesn't promote growth, especially. And we're talking about like even growing child that needs high quality amino acids and high quality fatty acids.
I feel sorry for the children. What are they growing up off of? Why are they so small? Why are they looking a certain way? Why are they getting sick so early? Why do they have cancer so early? Because you keep on giving them that crap and thinking it's okay to let them eat them Takis and with all of that dye and yellow 47 and red this and all of that, right? But it's just go ahead and give it to them. Same way you give them the iPhone to pacify them, right?
So if we look at a scale from, I'm going to call it non-food, all the way to the other side of some whole food that has bioavailable nutrients. So that means it would have to have vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, amino acids, and fatty acids, and other things too. And I think fiber might be important as well, simply because fiber is something that your microbes do eat. And I'm not talking about added fiber, just the fiber that comes within certain foods. But we do know the essential things, essential fats, essential proteins, but there's no essential carbohydrates. We can actually live without carbohydrates. On the flip side, there are some important nutrients in vegetables: vitamin C, folate, potassium.
There you go. There you go.
Nutrients, which have a lot of additional interesting properties that go beyond just basic nutrients, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, etc.
Anti-inflammatory is very important, especially after you get a certain age. And don't wait till you get into your 30s and 40s and start talking about, oh, my joints are hurting. You know why? Because of that oil that you were using and frying those French fries in. Because of the oils that they actually were used for motors. Maybe not the size of a car motor, but small engine motors. That's what they really was using this stuff for. Canola oils and all of that bad oil is really not actually good for you guys, just so you know. And that they make it in extreme heat. Anything that they cook 4 and 5 times before they give to you, it can't be any good. What sort of nutrients is left in it? Let's go.
However, that being said, you can find in grass-fed beef a lot of phytonutrients. That's right. There's not a lot of research in this area as far as the difference between the two or the bioavailability, but they're in there, like I'm demonstrating right here.
Just so you know, the doctor has cows, and he's okay with he's got his own beef farm. He does that.
This picture, and you can see the level of phytonutrients in my cattle, and you can see it's much higher, especially than the grain-fed. And this is probably because my cattle get no grain. It's all grass-fed, grass-finished. And even in eggs, right, you can get certain phytonutrients, which are plant-based compounds.
But you're not going to get a lot out of chicken. Why? Because chickens are not fed off of grass. They're fed mostly corn.
So you don't always have to get these phytonutrients from plants. Now, if you look at a vegan's diet, you can't really get all of the nutrients without adding or supplementing to a vegan diet,
Right.
especially B12 and other nutrients that are not as bioavailable. And then we also have DHA, which is omega-3. And also, the amino acids are different from plant to animal. You can still do it being a vegan. I'm not saying that you can't, but it's just a little more difficult. You have to combine certain things to get the complete amino acid profile. The bottom line is there's just more quality amino acids in animal products than there are in plants. Now, in vegetables, you have also certain anti-nutrients, but for example, like cruciferous vegetables, you can cook them, you can steam them, and reduce a lot of these anti-nutrients.
And really good vegetables, just like the broccolis, your cauliflowers, your carrots, and things like that. Put them all together, steam them down. A little bit of cabbage. Don't cook them too long because you want them to still have that snap and that bite in there, and you don't want to get rid of all of the vitamins. But yes, a nice mix would be really good.
Nuts also have anti-nutrients. Soak them overnight. It's called germination.
Germination.
Even roasting nuts reduce the anti-nutrients. At one extreme, we have the ultra-processed ingredients, right? Which really is composed of 3 or 4 main ingredients with a lot of additional chemicals.
Watch this.
So let me just give you one example. This was my favorite snack in college. Let's just take a look at what the ingredients are. Corn.
First time we got a chance to read a label together, you guys. I like for us to continuously keep doing this. When we look at labels from now on, I like to look at the main parts of it, the essentials and the things that are going to benefit us, as well as what we're going to not get any benefit from. Also, keep in mind certain things that we want to stay away from, even if it's by finding out the name, monosodium glutamate, red dye number this. Keep those numbers and things in your head so when you see them in other labels, boom, you automatically know what you're staying away from. You don't have to become a scientist, but just know what you want to stay away from. Also, use ChatGPT, turn that label around, take a picture. What's bad about this? And let chat tell you about it. Especially, does this have anything that's going to hurt or give me anything towards my inflammation? Stuff like that. Stuff like that. Use chat for free on stuff like just questions. Keep on moving forward, you guys. And remember, pull out certain things that you want to stay away from. Monosodium glutamate, red dye number this, yellow dye number that.
Vegetable oils, corn, canola, and or sunflower oil. So number one, realize that corn is not like sweet corn.
Trash
It's
corn.
called dent corn or field corn. You can't eat it. I mean, it's disgusting. So they're processing it to put it in a powder. And then
So what they do is with the bad corn, they process it, take everything out of it, which is why you see it stripped to white now, right? Then they got to build it back up and they make it into the little triangles. They put all of these different things in it and make you like it. Now, what did they put in it for the Doritos?
And flavoring it and putting all sorts of things on it to make it taste edible. And then the seed oils are highly inflammatory. And then we have maltodextrin. It has worse effects on your blood sugars than actual sugar.
Maltodextrin, we're going to look at that as a starch because when you introduce starch to the body, you guys know what it does. The body takes it in as sugar. Let's keep on going.
It's highly processed monosodium glutamate, of course, just to stimulate your appetite.
Monosodium glutamate. So now we're going to give them this crap. We're going to put the MSG in there to make them want to eat all 12 of these chips really fast to get them more hungry to get another bag. And you guys don't notice that there's only 12 chips or maybe 8 in certain bags. They even got it down to a science of the number of damn chips in the bag. This is a product. This is not food.
Artificial colorings, artificial flavorings, and natural flavorings.
Let's get into some of those colorings right now since I see them over there protruding out. Let's go into, let's say, we've got, including yellow number 6, yellow number 5, red 40. I see a whole bunch of stuff that's no good for us in here. I see, what else we got? I would have ran away from this as soon as I picked it up. That maltodextrin, I'm out of there. That's the starch. Stay away from labels like this. And like I said, pull out certain things that we know are red flags to us. That's how I read labels.
And then some other chemicals too. Now, what's interesting about this is take a look at the fats. I don't know if you can see. Total fats, 8 grams. That's per serving size, 12 chips. That's 10% of all the calories. I mean, people think that saturated fats is the worst thing, right, in here. But it has 1 gram. Then what is all the other fats in there? Unsaturated fatty acids. That's the thing that's creating a tremendous amount of damage in our bodies because it's the vegetable oils, highly processed, highly inflammatory. Yeah, when we think about junk foods, no one's really saying to avoid the unsaturated fats. It's all about the saturated fats. This is why some companies will say, hey, this junk food has no saturated fats. And you think, oh, wow, that's healthy. Not quite. And the last thing they have on there is guaranteed fresh.
Guaranteed fresh. But what does that mean? Are they talking about it fresh off the vine, like an apple or maybe some tomatoes? Or are they saying the product on that shelf is going to be fresh? Meaning that if you get it between this delivery date and the expiration date, it's going to be fresh. That's what we care about when it comes down to the product, not the food part of it. Remember, we started talking about products and food we're talking about here. Let's go.
Okay. Guaranteed fresh, like taking an apple off of the tree type fresh. You know, the purpose of ultra processed food is to increase shelf life and make it cheap and make it very tasty. Okay, and so I really think the essence of healthy foods is really how much life that food has. How dead can you make a food when you're cooking it 5 times using massive pressure, chemicals, heat? It's in the pet foods.
This is the sad part right here. Luckily, we do have companies out there that give us good foods for our pets. It costs a little more, but we do have them. Why does it cost a little more for us to eat decent? And the stuff that we're asking for is not even that hard to make. They'd rather give us this garbage. Why? Because they can process it, they can put it on shelves, they know how long it's going to take to deliver it. It's a product, you guys. Please don't mess with these products. Please run from these products. Let's go.
It's in infant formulas. 67% of all teens' calories are ultra-processed foods.
I want you guys to take that in right there. I'm going to leave that right there for a second. I'm leaving that there for a second. I got to leave that right there. 67% of teenagers' calories are ultra-processed foods. They're not getting no real sustenance, no minerals, no vitamins. Why? Because these are the ones that's eating the chicken nuggets, the fast crap, the soda, and just getting full off of whatever, then going to sleep. Not even comfortable to sleep with that stuff on your stomach. Think about it. Let's go.
So yes, they all have chemicals and everything. But I think the thing that's really important to understand is the basic 3 ingredients. Number 1, the synthetic sugars, the basic synthetic starches, which is like modified food starch, or maltodextrin,
Yep.
and the synthetic oils, which are the
Have you ever seen a Castrol commercial? Castrol. Castrol commercial. They say synthetic oil. Pay attention. What's the difference between this synthetic oil and the other ones? There is none. Small engine for big engine. They actually used to use this for small engines, the oil that we cook in. We just found a way to cook with it. Is that good that we're eating it and consuming it?
the synthetic sugars, the basic synthetic starches, which is like modified food starch or maltodextrin, and the synthetic oils, which are the unsaturated seed oils. Those are the things that you need to really pay attention to and make sure they're not in your refrigerator. All right, let's finally get to the purpose of this video, which is the list of the healthiest foods.
You guys ready? Because I'm tired of all that. That was enough. We done seen burgers. We done seen Doritos. We done seen all the crap that they want to feed us, right? How about we have some decent stuff that we're going to be able to get some nutrients from and some sustenance and be able to feel like we can stay up a little later. I feel a little different now that my diet has changed, to be honest with you. And I'm sure many of you have too.
Number one, beef as in red meat. The exact food that everyone's saying to avoid. And I'm not talking about grain fed, I'm talking about grass fed, grass finished. And so you can't just lump in grass fed cows that are on pasture, that are rotated with all the processed meat. And also, I've never met anyone who is allergic to beef.
Gotta be honest to you guys, straight up and down. If I was gonna be non-vegan, that's probably what I would eat, just the best of it. And I'd make sure it's the right type. I'd make sure it's grass-fed. I don't want those other cows, the ones that's corn-fed, because what? It's the same thing all over again. They're not getting the nutrients to transfer into you, which you really need to understand, and why I'm vegan as well. Because you got to understand the transference and whatever you eat. When you put that into your body, you are what you eat. Another reason why is because of the blood. I don't believe in the blood coming into my body. Why do you have to cook food and things like that in order to get it out? Because we're human beings, and ever since the age of stone men, they didn't want to have to, rip it like that. Some people do, they like to taste the blood, but the sad part about that is, I want to tell you guys a quick story. When you're having a fight and you're about to win, you get a lot of adrenaline in your body. You feel it. It comes all to the point where you can feel your pores pucker. When you're about to lose, you feel the same adrenaline and you're scared. Oh my God, what's going to happen here? Now let's transfer this to animal. We got a cow that's walking down the slaughter, walking down the path. He knows it's about to happen because they can smell it in the air. He knows what's about to happen with his life. They're in the slaughterhouse at this point. He's walking, he smells the blood. The last thing he's feeling is nervous, tension. They grab him by the neck. Last thing he hears and feels is a strike, comes right to his temple, hurts him. But the last energy in his body is what? Scare, fear, whatever is in the transfer in those feelings. Believe it or not, I believe, and many of my people believe, it comes through the blood. I don't want it, so I don't take that in. Don't even wear leather. My sneakers and my shoes are fake. Really mean that, you guys. A lot of the stuff that we wear nowadays, we think it's real and it's real fake. I really love animals to the point where I'm even at that point. So I need you guys to understand something. The reason I am vegan, I read a book, How to Eat to Live, as well as those things like that. What's the last thing that an animal is feeling once he comes to the slaughter? They're feeling fear, scared, intimidation. I believe that transfers into the blood. But you guys don't have to be like me. Let's keep on moving forward.
Beef is high in glutamine. Glutamine heals your gut. In fact, it's the highest source of glutamine. And so many people have gut inflammation. This is why.
Number 2, see, I can move on to another title. And you guys don't have to be like me. You don't have to be like me at all. You don't have to follow my beliefs, but that's just the way that I feel. Let's keep on moving forward because the next one up is going to be fish. It's always been fish for some reason. Most of the time, salmon, mackerel, stuff that has high antioxidants in it.
Someone that goes on a beef diet or a carnivore diet starts to heal their gut and a lot of other inflammatory conditions. You notice I didn't say chicken. Chickens are fed grains, which really dramatically increase the omega-6 fatty acids. However, there are certain chickens that are soy and corn free that you can get, which...
Come on, Berg, you steering to the left. I need you to keep on your list. I'll be having to get them straight sometime. Let's go.
Like salmon, for example. I mean, an average person, at least in the US, consumes 32% of all their calories in the form of these seed oils. And number 3, which is shellfish. clams, oysters, shrimp, lobster, crab, things like that. You not only can get the omega-3 fatty acids, but you can get all the trace minerals.
All of the trace minerals that are in those, I can't lie about those. And that's one thing that I've been like fighting with a little bit, because I ain't gonna lie, I've been looking at them sardines like maybe I'll bring you guys on board because I can stomach that. And in the Bible, they did have fish. You know, when God came, when Jesus came and fed everyone fish, I might make an exception for fish. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because the next thing that's coming up after that, what do you guys think is next? What do you guys know is next? And when you work out most of the time, they tell you to use these. And you've seen Rocky use them a lot, and they were raw. Bloop, clip, bloop, clip. That's right, eggs. Let's go.
And you get high quality protein. I mean, oysters are just loaded with zinc. Then number 4 is eggs. I think it's really important to buy the highest quality eggs that you can find, organic, pasture raised, super amounts of nutrition, especially in the yolk.
Reason why I stopped eating those, oh my God, I don't even want to. I saw a video of some eggs going around, and one was actually trying to hatch. That was it for me. Sorry, but yeah.
Also very high in choline, which can help with fatty liver. Okay, number 5 is fermented vegetables.
And you guys probably don't think so, but yeah, eggs are actually meat. A lot of people will argue me down about that, but eggs are meat. Just want you to know. Let's get into the other things as far as the fermented things. You know why these fermented things are good? Because they're really good for gut health. And again, you guys, I'm telling you my opinions. Do not have to eat the way that I do. Over here, we've got some kimchi. We've got some fermented carrots. We've got fermented different things over here. And I'm gonna be honest with you. So far, I'm good with the sauerkraut. I've never even had the kimchi or anything else. But you know what? I plan on trying to experiment and looking into it, because I will like to expand my palate. And anything that's good for the gut is good for what? The brain. The gut is connected to the brain, believe it or not. Let's keep going.
Mainly talking about either sauerkraut or kimchi. And the reason I put those on the list is because they're great probiotics. The sauerkraut has like 10 times the vitamin C of any vegetable. It's loaded with the prebiotics, the fiber, and the probiotics, which are the microbes. Plus, it's made from cabbage, which has a lot of great things for gut health, glutamine. And I think a lot of people don't realize that these microbes contribute so much to your health. I mean, just take a look at what happens after an antibiotic to your health. It goes right down the tubes. So we need to emphasize foods.
Someone's hitting on a very strong point. Mark, you did your homework, huh? 440. Fermentation is the most healthiest version of food, and it's really good for your stomach. You guys trust me. Pre-chicken, I saw that, Kalesa.
For probiotics. All right, number 6, I'm going to include the leafy greens. That could be anything from arugula to spinach.
Have you ever eaten a leafy green, whether it's lettuce, cabbage, spinach, or arugula, and it's been like really earthy? You guys felt like you were tasting the dirt that it was actually grown in. Why do I like that better? I don't know why I feel like that. I just feel like the more earthy, but I like to wash it off and rinse it off and everything. But it feels to me like the more earthy it feels and it tastes, I actually like that better with the dressing. I don't know if you guys feel that way, but I definitely do. I like to feel that because it makes me know that this is like an organic, a real good vegetable that was, that was treated correctly and that was grown the right way.
To just high quality lettuce that's grown on soil. You also have folate, vitamin C, you have potassium, and magnesium. Yes, it's true that spinach is high in oxalates, but if you consume cheese with spinach, or you cook your spinach, you can reduce oxalates.
So a lot of times people don't like spinach, you don't like broccoli. Believe it or not, you can put some cheese on it. In order to tolerate it, you'll still get the right vitamins and the minerals that you're looking for. Broccoli, spinach, you guys can actually want to cover the smell and the taste. I understand what you're saying. Because spinach, as far as cooked, woo, that's an acquired taste. I've never really had a good time dealing with spinach. Let's get on to some other things that you might be interested in or you may not. What you're looking at right there, yes, is exactly what we thought it was. It's a liver. It's called organ meat. It's one of the best ways to get sources of vitamins and nutrients, believe it or not, too. So if you guys don't have no problem with cooking up some liver and onions, this is for you.
Number 7, organ meats. I personally don't like liver. even though I know it's super healthy, I can't eat it for some reason.
You must not have a grandmother that's from foreign South Carolina, because back in the day when my grandmother used to cook some liver, shit, we used to bust that liver down. She knew how to do it and did it right. Back in the day, yeah, I used to tear some liver up. My grandmother cooked that.
But I do like cod liver. I get it in a can. It's loaded with omega 3 fatty acids.
Oh yeah, spinach and cream cheese as a dip is good, but make sure that you're not getting a lot of salts and butters and stuff like that when you're eating that Miss 55 Lisa
It has
Cook
a
House.
lot of other good things that I like to taste. Doesn't taste like liver. Number 8, certain herbal spices. And I'm talking about garlic, onion, sage, thyme, sea.
Why you guys that still were able to have your garden survive, we took a hit because of the New York water. We already told you guys we do not have our garden anymore. Sadly, we were not able to keep it going with Poland Spring, what it means to be from Maine. Not only that, I have to have a south-facing window when it comes down to gardening. Don't even have that because I'm on an avenue. Luckily, it got as far as it did. Hopefully, you guys will still be able to keep on moving forward with your in-home gardens. Once I get a chance to put lighting in, special things like that, we will try to probably experiment again. I want to show you something tomorrow on the show. I want to show you how bad the water is in New York. It's very important to me because I want you to see why we don't have a garden anymore. The other day I went to take a shower. I turned the shower on and I couldn't. It's a brand new shower head, brand new hose. I said to myself, no, it can't be. I took the head off of that thing. I looked at the filter. It was almost black. I had put it in the day before. So guess what? What have I been giving my plants? What have I been feeding them? So you mean to tell me even when I get the water out of the faucet, I got to filter it again? It's a lot of work when it comes down to dealing with in-home plants. So I don't think I want to bite off as much as I can chew with that. I'll just get better in another category. And you guys, you want to keep on doing it? Definitely keep on going forward with it until we can do it in the proper space. In an apartment in New York, you got to be careful, which led me to really be careful and tell you guys the water that we're drinking, we got to be careful about it and make sure you're not using any of the boiler water. It's bad enough that we're using it on our bodies, but you got to really be careful when it comes down and when we're cooking with it. Be careful about that, you guys. You have to be anal about, yes, be anal about the water because they're not paying attention to it. It's coming in and they don't know what's going on with those pipes, how long those pipes have been corroded, what's going on with the boiler. Is there rust in the boiler? What they really care about is what? Making sure there's hot water and cold water and everybody's not complaining. They don't care about filtering it, especially in New York. That's your job. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys.
Salt, which is not an herb, but it's just something I want to throw in there. Basil and cinnamon. All these herbs have special compounds that can help in various ways. Now, there's one popular video. I explain a lot more about the number one food that is the most anti-inflammatory. And I want you to know more about this. So check out this video. I put it up right here.
You guys, you know what that was. This was an informatory. I'm talking about very informatory because not only did it tell you what we should not eat, it explained what food is versus products. You guys are not dumb. We're from the Generation X. We need to let other people understand what's going on out here. The other person that said their daughter, their sister's 30 years old, doesn't know how to cook. That's the area that we're talking about. The Generation Z, the fasties, the quick ones, the ones that want quick gratification, fast videos coming in, only a couple of seconds of our paying attention. When you're not paying attention to things, people can shine the light in so many different ways and make you not pay attention to what's going on. That's why with the health and wellness section, we know that we got to take at least from 3 seconds to 3 minutes, believe it or not, to come up with a solution. Because that time will give us the best chance of coming up with the smartest solution. So that's why we keep telling people over here, we're not worrying about Fox, CBS, ABC. We don't do that. We got our own brains up here. We take the information in and then we make our own assessments of what we're going to do with it. This is our bottom line and why we run the show this way. And we're always going to keep doing that. And what was this today? This was the healthiest foods that you need in your diet by Dr. Eric Berg. Some real jewels in there, you guys. If you're not a member of the Discord, what are you waiting for? All you got to do is go be a member of the Discord. You know why I'm telling you guys that? Because yesterday's episode of the health and wellness section was in the Discord. just like today's episode is going to be right in the Discord for you guys to go see later on. This way you don't got to go searching for it. Dr. Eric Berg, the healthiest foods that you need in your diet. Also, hit that subscribe button up under me. Send in those. No, matter of fact, we're not going to ask for super chats. We rather do cash apps. We don't want Big Brother to get any love. If you guys like to support the show, we'd rather you look out and send in cash apps. Everything is appreciated. $, Bugatti Cash. That's BOOGOTTI Cash. All donations are appreciated. And yes, we share over here with no-kill shelters, foster homes, and many different people. We don't just watch these shows. We actually reach out and we're a part of them and we're friends as well. It's not just all about us. We look out and really love animals over here. So yes, the healthiest foods you need to know, and it's going to be in Our Bottom Line Discord today, you guys. Double tap that screen, get those likes up, because it ain't over. Thought you ain't like the beat. It ain't over. Thought you didn't like the beat. Groove me. Ow. This is not a happy one. This is a kind of sad one, but it's a video of hope and a video of survival and a video of being saved. What you're looking at behind me in that small clip right there is a baby that was almost headed to a meat market farm. That's right, you guys. You're looking at a dog that escaped a meat truck and finds the family that she deserved. Never really got rid of that scar though, so it's something that we can remember every time we look at this dog in its face. But there are people out here in our traditions, in our countries, that actually eat dogs. So when you see them in the street, don't be surprised when you go to these countries. Next thing you know, you might see their mouths taped up and their paws taped up, because that's what they do in these countries. Let's get on over here, you guys. Let's go. We believe that this dog fell off of a dog meat truck. And as you can see, she's got scarring around the mouth. This is a beautiful story because she's no longer having to deal with those terrible tragedies.
We believe she fell off the back of a dog meat truck. Her mouth was taped shut and her paws were tied together. These are traits of the dog meat trade, of how they transport dogs. A whole bunch of us rallied together to go and rescue her. It's so confrontingly cruel and unimaginable. Just your heart breaks. The damage that they'd done to her snout was pretty bad. After 4 weeks of being in the clinic, she met Brian, who found us through social media. There was an instant connection and she moved on into her forever home. What was most incredible about Mo is that she never snapped. She showed no trauma whatsoever. I believe that she had a previous owner and she was cared for. Mo really hit the jackpot with her new family. There's multiple other furry siblings. They go to the beach each day and they even celebrate Christmas together with family photo shoots. The comparison between where we found Mo to where she is today is an absolute opposite. She's living her best Bali life in a beautiful villa and just being loved by her family.
We call it the power of love over here. That's what we call it. Because you saw where she came from. And I guarantee you 2-3 years it's going to keep on healing up, keep on healing up, and keep on healing up. That's the difference between a monster and somebody that shows love to an animal. Terrible situation right there, you guys. But you know how we do over here. We love our animals. It's not always going to be a good thing. It's going to be a sad story sometimes too. Why? Because I want us to become aware of what's going on out there when we go to these third world countries and these different places to see what people are actually doing. Maybe we'll bring back a furry friend from another country. A lot of people in Costa Rica do it. A lot of people in different countries. It may take a little bit extra with paperwork and things like that. But to me, saving a life like that, I think it's beautiful, you guys. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Also, this is going to be your last time to subscribe to the channel because we're working on 74,000 subscribers. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you guys. If you have not double tapped that screen, get those likes up because we're trying to still get to you and see if you guys have a lucky chance of maybe getting up to 400 because we're trying to send out 6 decals and 6 keychains today. If we can't do it today, we will roll this over into tomorrow's episode and keep the same promise. That's right, you guys. 400 is the number that we're trying to reach because they got to justify the means. That's right. We're going to be sending out 6 keychains as well as 6 decals. If we could have gotten, or if we've gotten 400 or more likes today's episode or tomorrow's episode as well. This way we can get the word out there and let these people know that we are back. Strike is over and our bottom line is ready to resume our place on the YouTube streets as number one. You guys know how we do it over here. You know how we do it. Also, if you're trying to promote your business, send it on over to us so we can put it in front of almost up to 74,000 subscribers. You want to send your promo out? Send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. You guys, I told you yesterday, we're working on a Show Your Talent search, and we're going to be getting some new dates coming up. As soon as I can bring you guys that content and that information, I will be bringing you up to date. I don't like to give out any false information. We see each other every day. So as far as the Show Your Talent search, yes, we're working on those locations, but still, if you're still trying to get lit, you can still go to the website and pick up your big drip. All you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com, place your order. And if you're 21 and older, you'll be able to get your shipment of big drip. That's right, you guys. If you want to get lit, forget about all that cut water crap. You'll want to drink big drip, 14% alcohol, 12-ounce can. Oh my God, all you need is one. Again, double tap that screen. And if you want to get lit, go on over to www.drinkbigdrip.com and let us know by dropping your email address in there. We'll keep you posted on other things that we got going on as well as where to go pick up more big drip. Not only that, but you guys, you know how we do it every single day. We got to get those prayers in the air because we don't leave out of here until we get those prayers in the air to make sure everybody's doing good. I want to pray for happiness. I want to pray for love. I want to pray for understanding. I want to pray for healing for all of our animals as well as our friends. I want to pray for understanding when it comes down to people. I want to pray for our children. Please watch over them during these times and this summer, Lord. Also, be very careful out there outside right now, you guys. It's very warm out there. The temperature is up. So if you don't have to be outside, please don't be out there for too long. But if you want to grab some vitamin D for 10 minutes, do a quick walk around to get those brain neuropaths working out, I understand. Get a little bit of sweat, come on back in. You guys stay healthy. I want to pray for every single person here. Who we're praying for right now, Liberty and Justice, Winter Rising. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman and Miss Swanza. Can't forget about Rebecca, Lanyan Bueno. Can't forget about Vincenta, Kalesiv. We also got talking about right now, Rebecca. I see you in the building. How you doing? Who else? We got Guy and Elsa. Who's that? The real Kelly? Okay, I see another person in here, Mary Tanner. Liberty and Justice and Collective. Got to give a big shout out to Jeffrey Spilker. See my homeboy up in there. Who's that? DB1629. Thank you so much. Deborah, see you too. Mary Tanner. Can't forget about Batty Lynn, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Miss Swanza. Who else we talking about? Winter Rising, Angels Among Us, Collective. Can't forget about Jordan, Jordan, Justin. Can't forget about Teddy. Can't forget about Mark Dorfman and Jeffrey Spilker. Guy and Elsa. You too. Can't forget about you guys. Just Joy. Bugatti NYC is the last one that I'm going to say a shout out to. Amen. And guess what, you guys? Y'all know how it go. We'll be right back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock, to do it all over again with the #1 show on YouTube, you guys. Hope you got a lot out of today's episode of the health and wellness section. And like I told you, the video will be up in the Discord. You guys, if you have not joined the Discord, what are you waiting for? Join the Our Bottom Line family on Discord because this does not end. You see all of that love going on in those comments over there with people talking back and forth? It continues on Discord. What is Discord? It's a different app. Pick up your phone, look for DISCORD. Wow. Boom. Now go search Our Bottom Line. We'll let you guys in and the family will be right there. Upload photos, see what's going on in different areas, and they keep it going 24 hours a day. You guys, I can't wait till tomorrow. What's that? Hump Day, the first day of July, meaning 3 days until the 4th. And you know what we're going to do? Bring you back right back here for trending topics, current events, and much, much more. You guys, that was today's episode, Tuesday, That's right, you guys. That's right, June the 30th. And I can't wait till tomorrow to see you all again. Right back here on Our Bottom Line. Same channel, same location, and same station. Really hope that you guys really got some good information from Dr. Berg in our health and wellness section, as well as what to cook, what to eat to keep those waves and those curls spinning, you guys. I'll be right back here tomorrow at 6 o'clock for the Wednesday edition. That's right, hump day, new suit, and a new attitude. Can't wait to see you guys in the morning. And like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em. Peace.